sana. Na staki ma miss call bana. Nasema simu ndo pige sana. Simu flight mode siko. Patana na msupa kwa inbox. Acha sema tifadela situlingo. Nayo nikamshow hiyo ni simple. Next day zo mavida asharipo. Hapo kwa Edgar ubare niyo siko. Ndio maana chali yake hapo pissed off. Na mechi lishaanza kabla kick off. Lakini buda please not. Msupali ni mada na matingo. Boxa na maribox nashindwa ni uchawi ama lizaliwa hivyo. Hii Nairobi chunga bibi. Kuna mafisi makialis magwiji. Na kidogo singi zake baridi. Ni kawaida ni tabia za chichi. Si uongo napenda wasichana. Niko lojo na bibi ni wahala. Ni mori wakati sini lawama. Na staki ma miss call bana. Lazima simu ndo sipige sana. Lazima simu ndo sipige sana. Na staki ma miss call bana. Lazima simu ndo
yeah. Ati Monday ni kazi, Tuesday ni katu Monday, Wednesday si jali, Thursday nangoja Friday, oh la 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 la, oh la 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 la, oh la 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 la.
DJ Meltone.
Ati Monday ni kazi, Tuesday ni katu Monday, Wednesday si jali, Thursday nangoja Friday, oh la 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 la, oh la 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 la, oh la 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 la, oh la 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 la.
Twende tukorido sahi hadi Mangware, kina Kemboi wamefika na walales. Hakuna gravity kwa Mungu ni mabale, najisikia kuna kakitu kwa wallet. Mtaani nilitoka hadi kiwa Manches, sikupitia kibandaski kwa madhe. Sahi katumbo kamejaa kuna gases, juu ya kunyonya jack sipendangi glasses.
Nakani sato ndakuwa na ganje ni nani, atataka makali tayari. Buda sai niko maji na imagine Mande na niko kazi, mini big boy siezi kusa toy. Misi role model ni avoid. Na mbona buda nikilewa niwaribu ganji nikisema pewa. Ati Monday ni kazi, Tuesday ni katu Monday, Wednesday si jali, Thursday nangoja Friday, oh la 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 la, oh la 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 la, oh la 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 la.
Yo, hapa ni kuchembeteza na manembeteno. Jembeteli utafogo mboto za meno. Ni kuchembeteza na maneno. Jembeteli ni ya gembetenge. Hapa ni kuchembeteza na manembeteno. Jembeteli utafogo mboto za meno. Ni kuchembeteza na maneno.
Siski niliambiwa ni muache Siski. Kamote painting ameniseti kamote. Mbele ya watu ni mpole, very calm, lakini looks are deceiving. Usitake kumuona kamejam. Dodge sahani, dodge epa, dodge vikombe, dodge moch, ita masoja. Painting anataka akibibu taniua. Sitali babes upunguze kisirani, unachoma picha kwa jirani. I don't care. Siski niliambiwa ni muache Siski. Kamote
Leta ponge, siwezi bila ponge. Leta ponge.
Alexis on the beat.
Furaha ni kuwa na marafiki, furaha ni kulewa na marafiki, furaha ni kuwa na marafiki, furaha ni kulewa na marafiki.
Kwa sherehe tumefika, kwa sherehe tumefika, familia iko ndani
ndani, wote tunajibamba. Marafiki majirani ndani, wote tunajibamba. I am happy today, so happy. I am happy today, so happy. Sisi ni walevi, sisi ni walevi. Tunapenda kamnyweso, tunapenda kamnyweso. Sisi ni walevi, sisi ni walevi. Tunapenda kamnyweso, tunapenda kamnyweso. Furaha ni kuwa na marafiki, furaha ni kulewa na marafiki, furaha ni kuwa na marafiki, furaha ni kulewa na marafiki.
Ready pick on up warning, some for splinter. Big up bad gal in a real life nothing now. When the things hotter come like a sprinter, hotter than lava anytime even in winter.
Let me see how you a bad sipping while you sit and punish me in a that. Tell me, let me see how you a bad smoking when you black it me in a that. You so mad girl, wine your body, yeah, all the for me, yeah, wine your body, yeah, all the for me. Let me see how you a bad when you wine your body.
DJ Melto, DJ Melto.
Let me see that wine your body. Let me see bad wine your body. Let me see that wine your body. Let me see bad how you wine your body. Let me see bad wine your body. Let me see bad wine your body. Let me see bad wine your body.
I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon going down. I could have bust my gun, but I won't. No boy fear Babylon going down. Hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior, real warrior. Papa chain and real warriors. Hands up for the real warrior, real warrior, real warrior, real warriors. Let me see the real warrior.
Summer garden, summer girl, 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 summer garden, yeah, summer girl, yeah, summer garden. This is the beginning of the end of summer. When the sun and all the girls them come out, when the vibes and the rum can't run out, yeah. Yeah, this is the beginning of the end of summer. When the pretty girl them come out, now people stand the whole place turn up, yeah. So let me hear you say, whoa, put up your hands them if you know. And you don't care what people say, can you live so every day? I say, whoa, put up your drinks them if you know. I say we can't put down the rum. I hope this summer never done. Summer garden, summer girl, 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 summer garden, summer girl.
She want me right, want me eat up. She said no mercy, just speed up. She want me fly, she not eat up. She said no mercy, just speed up. She want me dilly, she want me dolly, she want me bird tires and Hindu. She want me to flash at it and style up and show them say that me a stunt tattoo. Girl, they say put on the bike back. Show everybody say that you know that. Girl, bumper run back. Cause if you flat, we no want to see that. Girl, let me say ball out more speed. The broken white line, she don't want to see it. But a girl hard like that. But me love how she look on the bike back. Girl, she want me ride, want me ease up. She said no mercy, just speed up. She want me fly, she not ease up. She said no mercy, just speed up. She want me dilly, she want me dolly, she want me bird tires and Hindu. She want me to flash at it and style up and show them say that me a stunt tattoo. She want me ride, want me ease up. She said no mercy, just speed up. She want me fly, she not ease up. She said no mercy, just speed up. She want me dilly, she want me dolly, she want me bird tires and Hindu. She want me to flash at it and style up and show them.
We gon' start this thing, go right. Say what? We got the gun stop in the house tonight. We gon' start this thing, go right. Say what? We got the ATL in the house tonight. We gon' start this thing, go right. Say what? We got the gun stop in the house tonight. We gon' start this thing, go right. Yeah, God, this thing out. I said what? We got TLC in the house tonight.
Baby, I'ma drop it down to the ground and put it in your face now.
What you gon' do?
Shawty, you can shake it then turn around and back it up on ya.
What you gon' do? If you want some, come get some. If you want some, come get some. If you want some, come get some. If you want some,
when me touch down, with her broke down. In a late night, me and her locked up. She found just to the side, ride the shotgun. In my dark glass, cut off shots, clocks well clean. Touch you roll with me. Team see a girl up on a corner, cry and a scream. They know say the boss a fiend a bean. She say, my man now, the other time, so of course I know say, me go be a the wife. Now she say, oh me is a one of a kind, and that's so she became mine. And see that, can't believe I, can't believe I. Taking girl away from me, my God. Can't believe I, can't believe I. Taking girl away.
DJ Melto.
Baby got like a trunk. Tripping from a man, he a punk. She got a body like Baywatch. I met her at Playhouse. 10 bottles, bought 10 more. Told her move her to the tempo. Is you really with the shoot though? Really, is you really with the shoot though? We got champagne and vodka. Those will be if they need a problem. Take bread, get money. All my way to the ground like yes. Back it up like yes. After the club, I'll smash it. Don't come home,
please, baby, don't leave. You got that boom bamba. Baby, give me that boom bamba. Baby girl, please, baby, don't leave. You got boom bamba. Baby, give me that boom bamba.
Shots are spitting right up. But the cock she a make bag of nice. Me no even give a fierce one like a sign dollar where you a go do. Take a roadside go on the avenue. Two a man in the club. Me introduce them to each other. Other when a girl is I'm a stanza forever.
Girl, please, baby, don't leave. You got boom bamba, baby, give me that boom bamba. Baby girl, please, baby, don't leave. You got boom bamba, baby, give me that boom bamba.
You see that girl with the big tie, she fi give me the head to the floor, girl, give me the bend over, girl, and give me the spit down to the ground, seismic activity. Spin round me, girl, and give me the top wine, girl, and give me the body look fine, girl, give me the coming out waste of time, girl, give me the body look good, girl, you ever be winning it. Turn it up right, girl, you never be dimming it. Take up your body, cause you're in your element. Funny body may take up a permanent residence. Rotate your body, come in over, you're spinning it. Rotate your body, come in over, you're spinning it. Rotate your body, come in over, you're spinning it. Make the trumpets blow.
Beanie man alongside Tasha. Yeah, this a one you like a sound down Nagada.
Me know me tell you that you hotter than the rest. Me have it bad because you do it to me best. You don't know me need you more than this. Looking never perfect, nothing more. The thing you watch, I'm on where you get it from. I think me would have really love some. Just call me up, me now go rush, come here go come. You there, me now lie.
She want hard work, no compromise. Tell me say your boyfriend no realize. True is a worry, no fi centralize. Push it in between your eyes. She want hard work, no compromise.
carnival. Girl, me love the way you wine for me. Girl, your wine is so emotional, so wine up on my body, girl. Me while you come wine your waistline for me.
DJ Melto.
Baby, you're bubbling, baby. Girl, you a party animal. Girl, you active, no, you no lazy. Girl, you a party animal. To own your wine, you drive me crazy. Girl, you a party animal. You wine so good, you just so good. Girl, me love how you party. One shot, two shot, three shot, four. After 9 minutes, she come back for more. She take off the shoes and on the dance floor. Then she start to go out like a sword. Then she approach me just like a cure. Me know that she like me tonight, me a score. She sexy, she beautiful and she pure. Girl, I you me adore, so wine up from my body, girl. Wine us like a carnival. Girl, me love the way you wine for me. Girl, your wine is so emotional, so wine up from my body, girl. Be why you come wine your waistline for me.
Wherever the night goes, I'll be dancing right next to you. Girl, you're so beautiful. I just thought you should know I'm ready to go wherever you go. I'm willing to fly. Oh, it's just like magic. You know we both fantastic. Stick together like a magnet. Shot the whole world, it's electric. Ooh, when I'm holding you and you're all on me, there is nothing else I do. No, it makes a rather be. Yeah, up your body, baby, wind up your body. Jiggle up your body, baby, wind up your body. Jiggle up your body, baby, wind up your body. Jiggle up your body, baby. Broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your back. If you broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your back. Girl, you know you got the glue, know you got the glue, know you got the glue. Come broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your back, girl. Who you are ramp with? On a game, anytime you're ready, girl. On the name, the place get wet like in a rain, and I make you feel high like on a plane. She say I saw the love, the act, baseline sweet and I touch this back. Dancing, she love you that, girl. Go chat, come wine till you broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your back. If you broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your back. Girl, you know you got the glue, know you got the glue, know you got the glue. Come broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your back, girl. Girl, you are the hotter than a suntan. You make me turn up at attention. You pretty like the melodies in a me song. You say cooking when your body you make your body strong. Girl, any problem you got, I would have fix it. And when you dance to me song, it turn a big beat. But like I drum on a beat, it get tight like a secret. So you feel wine till you broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your back. If you broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your back. So you got the glue, so you got the glue, so you got the glue. Come broke off your back.
Stacking up my money, no time for your shit. Money collabo, I don't care for your hate. Me no fighting, me no fighting. Throwing down drums from bungalow down there. I did my penthouse, you can't even reach me. Me no frightened. It is not your fight, stand down. I'm not the one, calm down. You know I'm not your problem. You can't be me, why bother? Don't have your time now. Only move bow down. To bambino farabada. A boy I go larry more. Okay. It's okay, let them see. Trouble no they pay me. Enjoy on the daily. Okay. We go there, okay. I just want to hear me. Look. Baby, it's your daddy.
I got no more pretend. Just got on my defense. They do things for the end. Swear you go like me. Can I be your man?
Bad friend when no relate. Doing all the things you like. My temperature rising. You be my queen, I don't need no rules. It's a love song, I don't need no blues. You be my sugar, I don't need no juice. Baby, loving you is a must. What have I done, girl? I have no clue. From a distance, girl, I'm feeling good. Steady on the grind, I've been making moves. Cause I want to satisfy you. Cause you my medicine, girl. Cause you my remedy, oh. When you wake up from my knees, yeah, I go get by your side.
DJ Melto.
The last time that I check, now before I digress. My girl, you told me that I'm not your love interest. See my girl, the last time that I check, see nothing ain't changed yet. Except that I got a big bag and a big flag. Don't make nobody tell me nonsense, my nigga. Streets is so cold, my nigga. When nobody come try cry me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings on my guitar. Nonsense, my nigga. The streets is so cold, my nigga. When nobody come try cry me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings on my guitar. It's so cold outside, my brother. I don't want pull no trigger. I just want it, cause I'm going to play. I don't want no wahala. It's so cold outside, my brother. I just want it, cause I'm going to play. I don't want no wahala. It's so cold outside. Me, I know they like nothing to worry me. I know they like nothing to bother me. Me no owe no one apology. You know say she no they bother nobody. Me, I know they like nothing to bother me. I know they like nothing to bother me. Me no owe no one apology. You get me? Nobody tell me nonsense, my nigga. Streets is so cold, my nigga. When nobody come try cry me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings in my guitar. Nonsense, my nigga. The streets is so cold, my nigga. When nobody come try cry me a river. I'ma pull through like the strings in my guitar. It's so cold outside, my brother. I don't want pull no trigger. I just want you, cause I'm going place. I don't want no wahala. It's so cold outside, my brother. Yeah, I don't need no brother. I just want you, cause I'm going place. I don't.
You don't put in my heaven and dread. You make a bicycle and a boy well up. Not in my eyes, in my mouth, you don't tell her. I tell you cause I give you umbrella. I don't fit in this together. Give you my necklace, spend. Give you my last cash, spend. I show you my best friend. I thought we in this together. Give you my necklace, spend. Show you my best friend. I give you my last cash, spend. Everything I do, I under. Under. You're the be under. 50 understand. That's the way you do me, under.
Bad man looking good in the bad man drip to the car. Sports cars parked on the right spot. Bad man slick and you know. Bad man looking good in the bad man drip to the car. Sports cars parked on the run.
DJ Melto.
Bad man looking good in the bad man drip to the car. Sports cars parked on the right spot. Bad man slick and you know. Bad man looking good in the bad man drip to the car. Sports cars parked on the right spot. Bad man slick and you. Me got a girl on me bed right now. She says she no one leave. She tell me, Ruga, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Me say no shit. Oh Lord, fly you to Maldives for a day, then we fly back quick. Then we take a quick jet, fly straight to Paris. You fucking with the creme de la creme. Say she never seen a guy like me. Yeah, she confess. Say nobody hit it right like me. She confess. Bend down, get on your knees, girl, never digress. Ooh, she really wanna flex with me. She wanna break bread with me. Bad man looking good in the
Bad man drip to the car. Sports cars, parked at the right spot. Bad man speak and you know. Bad man looking good in the yard. Bad man drip to the car. Sports car.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this amazing morning. I trust you had an amazing weekend. This is the last day of the month of February. And you know, what better way than us to spend it together on MultiChoice Kenya's strategy Cascade. I'm really excited for everybody that has actually logged on to the platform. I'm trying to just go in. I can see Nimrod Minor saying, Team Tradco, we are in, and obviously looking forward. Use the chat box section that is where you can ask your questions, obviously, and better yet, tell us where you're watching us from and what most you're looking forward to at this particular moment. Now, a lot will be discussed over the next hour or so, but the one thing I actually require from all of us is the fact that use the chat box session so that we obviously can be able to communicate. Although it is live, we need to know your feedback, what you love to hear, everything else that is happening where you are, so that at least at the end of the day, we are together on this particular platform. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, allow me to welcome our host for today. She is the MultiChoice Kenya MD. Please let's welcome to the stage Nancy Matimo. Nancy, karibu sana.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Nancy, karibu.
All right, great. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us this morning and bearing with us. We have had a bit of a late start, but we shall make sure that we make up for it and ensure that we do not get to keep you for longer than we should keep you. The presentation on your screen?
No, not yet.
Okay, so as we get ready to put the presentation on the screen, this is possibly the first time that we are doing this in a fairly long time, and especially the very first year in 2020, when I just took on the role of the managing director. We sat down and ensured that we created a strategy that everybody is part of. And I recall TMG, you were with us at that point in time. I think Spark may also have joined us, and a couple of other people that joined us during the time when we were designing what we call the Undisputed Number One strategy, and we shall be speaking to that. Please allow me just to check with some very specific technical issues to ensure that we have the screen and that our audience can see the presentation. The audience can see the presentation? All right. Okay. And maybe as we get started, Celeste, you can let me know who is there. We have Spark.
Yes, we have Spark.
Right. Sketches. We have Brisk.
We have
Saracen.
We have
Bean.
And we have Team TMG.
We have TMG. We have CCI. Okay, CCI Global Kenya. Right. Coltronics.
No, I can't see Coltronics on my side.
Yeah.
All right. So just in case you're from Coltronics and you're out there, please indicate on the chat box section so that we can Team Peach, my marketing, they're logged in. Spark Communication, Peach Marketing, Red Giant Media as well are on board.
Okay, good.
Brisk is there, Saracen is there, Coltronics is there, Team TMG is there, Team Tradco has already logged on.
Okay, fantastic. David, thank you and your team for joining in, and all the CEOs that have made time to also join us this morning, as well as the team leads. Yes.
Team Sketchers has just joined in.
Okay, great, excellent. So we're still trying to sort out our technology. Something for some reason is not yet projecting. As soon as you can see it on your screen, please do let me know so that we don't start and carry ourselves along thinking we are carrying everyone along. But before we get started, I was giving you a bit of a background as to how we came up with this specific initiative, and we realized that very few people in the entire partner ecosystem understood the direction we were taking as a company, and also were even more concerned by the fact that fewer and fewer people really did understand what exactly we were doing to make a difference. So everybody knew that we were here to make a change, to drive change but we were not very clear about what that change would look like. So whereas we understood that within the organization, it was now we found it even more important to ensure that all the partners that we work with also do understand. So I will take you through what we are calling the Multi-Choice Kenya strategy, business strategy. And our business strategy basically falls in two forms. We have the 3-year strategy that we designed in 2020 that will carry us up to 2023. But every single year we have a very specific strategy that is very articulate on the priorities for that specific year. But they don't depart very much from the main strategy because they build onto the main strategy. So now I take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome you to the Multi-Choice Kenya Business Strategy Cascade for our partners and our agencies. And what we are going to cover very briefly, we are going to give you quite a bit of detail of what our business really looks like. And of course, because we trust and believe that if you do understand and have this information, you will help us work even stronger, pull together for us to be able to make a difference. And the reason why we think it is even more important is because it's not enough for our teams to understand what they're doing. You will not, we hope that by the end of this session, you will appreciate the work that we are doing where we prioritize certain elements in our execution strategy, where we possibly will ask you to pay more attention to certain areas because they're absolutely important in helping us see the step change or create the step change that we want to see in our business. So we shall cover the operating context, that you all understand the environment within which we are operating in, and then we shall then straight away delve into what our strategy is. And on the left hand side, you can possibly see on your screen that we are looking at a journey to get to 5 million daily active subscribers, starting with 1 million daily active in the coming financial year. Now, the way we do our planning, we start our planning in October. So this process already started in October and has already been in flight as far as execution is concerned. And we refine the strategic priorities. So by the time we get to January, we are very clear that these are the strategic priorities we want to focus on going into the new financial year. Our financial year runs from April to March. And therefore, the financial year for the year 2023 starts in April 2022 in just about a month's time and runs through all the way into 2023 March. And you will see that we have already begun to actually execute some of the things that will help us deliver the results that we want to see, of which, of course, first and foremost, a big focus on customers, and therefore quite a bit of work around things that will improve the customer experience for our customers, but also deliver shareholder value through customer growth and profitability. So we'll then talk about our core headline KPI. And right now, our focus is really just smashing the 1 million daily active subscribers. We are very close to getting to the 1 million daily active subscribers. We're actually very, very close with regard to where we sit with DSTV and GoTV subscribers. And when we do release our financials, I cannot be able to speak to the financials at this point in time. But when we do release our financials in June and July, we are hoping that you will see how close we are to getting the 1 million daily active subscribers, as we also share our 90-day base growth. So the key KPI, if anything, is that we are calling on you as our partners to rally with us to execute the strategic priorities that we shall walk you through a very clear calendar that we shall walk you through as well. And then we shall have some very specific tracking and execution mechanisms that we have within the organization. But as part of the governance meetings that you will have with the specific leads in the organization, you will see also us focusing on very specific KPIs that are tied to these strategic priorities. And we are also inviting you to start living our DNA and our culture and to championing what we stand for as an organization. So without much further ado, I will just go straight into the operating context that we are finding ourselves in. And all of you are aware that we are seeing significant shifts into OTT or over the top, on top of the internet options. And these internet options are gaining significant ground. And I just want to put some perspective right. The fact that we do have our own OTT platforms, which are our specific response to the direction that the world is going into, ensuring that we have the right value, customer value proposition for us to be able to win together in the marketplace and into the future that the world is going into. And our specific propositions, therefore, are Showmax, And then we have DSTV via streaming, which will therefore mean that our DSTV customers coming on board and even existing customers can switch to a decoderless, a dishless experience, which therefore means absolutely zero hardware for you to be able to enjoy DSTV. And I'm sure the whole of Kenya is looking forward to that, because I mentioned it during one of our launches, branch launches, and it created such a high level of interest. So it's launching. We are starting off with our staff and partners launching the pilot in March, and then getting ready to go into a commercial launch starting the month of May. So plans are already in high gear. We're already doing the user testing, and we'll be moving into production, live production, to be able to do a pilot in market starting the first week of March. So a lot of excitement coming along. But as we start to build our online business, we still must continue to focus on our traditional business, to continue to milk the traditional opportunity. And when I talk about the traditional business, I'm referring to our direct to home via satellite through the dish and the decoder with DSTV, our flagship product, and our digital terrestrial product via antenna and GoCoder for GoTV. And why should we continue doing that? We said we are on a journey to 5 million, starting with 1 million. Today in Kenya, we have 12.5 million households in Kenya. And as we speak, we only have less than 1 million of those households on the internet. And even as we look at the plans and the progression with which we expect the internet penetration to grow in the country, we still see a big opportunity in the traditional business for us to be able to empower customers that cannot afford to have high-speed broadband internet in their homes or who are not within coverage area. But like I said, it's going to be a dual-prong, a two-prong strategy where we now continue to aggressively build or start to build our online business, as now we continue to accelerate our traditional business to milk the traditional opportunity. So the key message really, if you look at the operating context that we are in, the bottom line is pay TV is not going anywhere, and you can all attest to that. If you're watching internet variants, that's a form of pay TV. The only difference that we are going to see is an expansion into streaming TV. And the fact that we still have a traditional pay TV opportunity, therefore means and gives us the license to operate in both spaces from an opportunity perspective, and our shareholders are expecting exactly the same of us. So as we continue to grow the business in this country, we will continue to grow it on both fronts. On the streaming front, with Showmax and DSTV via streaming, launching very soon, and then also continue to milk the traditional opportunity that comprises the bulk of our revenues. And of course, the current customer growth, we are recruiting way more customers on traditional business than we are recruiting yet on our OTT products. So I just want to clarify this, because a lot of our partners, even some of you have actually spoken to me. I think Martin of Bean spoke to me at one point, and I could see he was sort of not convinced, but you guys, you should be focusing and investing a little bit more into OTT. The reality is, as I have told you, we have 12.5 million households in Kenya. Of those 12.5 million households, we have discounted for those that may not be able to afford our product at this point in time, even if we continue to lower the price of our product. And we'll see what we've done with GoTV. We have also lowered significantly the price of decoders and dishes to come from as high as 50,000, 25,000 for DSTV, to as low as 2,999, just under 3,000 shillings for a complete kit on DSTV. So a lot of work has been done to remove the barriers to entry. But even then, we still have discounted about 6.6 million that fall in households that earn below about 35,000 shillings, 35,000 Kenya shillings. But when we look at the households of about 5.9 million that are therefore above 35,000 shillings purchasing power parity, we then go further and say, let's even discount for the 2.1 that may not have entertainment as a priority, and we are left with a clear addressable market of about 3.8. So when we say we are going for the 1 million, immediately today, it's actually very easy for us to hit our 1 million, and so even much more easier for us to get to the 5 million ambition, commercial ambition. But as I said, we will continue to also focus, and we have started to take very seriously our acceleration journey towards the OTT play. So therefore, when we discuss our strategy internally and within our partner ecosystem, as I said, we have two main strategies. We have the long-term strategy, the 3-year strategy, the 2020 to 2023 3-year strategy that we called our undisputed #1 video entertainment strategy. And this 3-year strategy was designed to help us reestablish ourselves and really regain our pole position and reclaim our pole position as the #1 video entertainment platform in the country. But then we also have the current financial year that we are getting into, the April 2022 to March 2023. And as I mentioned, we normally plan for the year 18 months, in an 18-month stretch, so to say. And this particular strategy, we have called it Good to Great, because a lot of good work that has been done in the last 2 years. Now we want to shift into greatness, and therefore the rallying call is for all of you, our partners, to work with us to execute our granular strategy to get us to smashing 1 million. So we have the undisputed #1 strategy, which is our 3-year strategy, and I'll tell you what exactly it consists of. And then our Good to Great smashing 1 million as granular strategy for the current financial year. So what exactly is our undisputed #1 strategy? And our undisputed #1 strategy is the strategy that we coined, like I said, to reestablish ourselves and reclaim our pole position, but most importantly, to ensure that we are now going to begin the journey towards getting to 1 of every 2 screens. And you can see we are very clear that 1 of every 2 screens is not just TV screens, and we are very clear that the screens that we are looking at and paying more attention to are really smart screens, and therefore the future and the digital entertainment of the future, but also ensuring that we're in 1 of every 2 households. So like I said, 12 million households in Kenya. The current ambition is to be in at least 5 million of these households with all our products. We have 3 main platform brands. We have DSTV, GoTV, and Showmax. So either of these brands into the different households in Kenya. And our strategic thrust, therefore, is to be in 1 of every 2 screens, whether it is a smartphone, a tablet, a laptop, a computer, a PC, wherever you are at, and also smart TVs and also digital TVs, and of course traditional TVs with our traditional products, and on hand to ensure that we are 1 of every house. So as you drive around and help us be able to execute our strategy, we will measure our success. If you drive around it on every roof, you see of 1 of every 2 roofs, you can either see DSTV dish or a Go antenna, which is marked with yellow and green. Or when you get into that household, you can see a DSTV decoder, or you can see a Go TV decoder. On the other hand, we shall know that we have achieved our commercial ambition and our strategic ambition to continue to enrich the lives of Kenyans through entertainment when we get to 1 of every 2 screens. That is, out of all the smartphones in the country, we are specifically targeting the 11 million daily active social media smart screens that are either watching video on YouTube or watching other form of video, which therefore means that indeed we have the ground laid ready for us to be able to drive our OTT products. So the undisputed #1 strategy, whose strategic thrust is to be in 1 of every 2 screens and 1 of every 2 homes, will not get us. We will not get there unless we execute these 5 things that we said that we will execute. And as you can see, against each what we call the Fortune 5 game changers, we have very specific strategic priorities, and against each one of them, we have marked what is already going well and what is not moving in the right direction. So the first thing that we did was to say, if indeed we are serious about getting to 1 of every 2 homes in Kenya, we have to improve our sales and distribution excellence, that I don't have to take a matatu or drive or walk miles and miles to be able to access a DSTV point of sale or GoTV point of sale. And therefore, we embarked on an aggressive regionalization and channel expansion and densification strategy. which means we divided the country into 5 parts, installed substantive regional heads, created sales organizations beneath them, very strong sales organizations, and then organized all our dealers and our installers, as well as the agents that work under them, under these regions. And then together we began now to build an even stronger downline of agents, recruit dealers where we had gaps, and we have continued with this expansion, and it was responsible for the really good growth that we saw, and our sales grew by over 30% in terms of daily run rate and monthly run rates. And we actually even began to set standards for our African operations, and are absolutely proud of the work that we've done around regionalization and channel expansion. However, to even get better and become more productive, our dealers will tell you that they have actually begun to see a lot more focus on quality trade visits and use of automation and what we are calling our BrandWorks tool, to be able to ensure that when we say we have gone to a particular site, we've actually been there, we have looked at the trade branding, we are able to even engage, let's say, with Skechers, or engage with Brisk Marketing, or all other partners who are in our trade marketing initiatives, for us to be able to account for the trade marketing and trade branding execution. But we're not going to win if we do not step up our brand visibility and communication excellence. So you have all seen the work we have been doing that has been executed by various partners in marketing and in sales, especially on the trade marketing side, especially in improving the visibility. And we chose, based on your advice, to focus a lot more on long-term fixed assets that would give us a lot of visibility for both brands, especially on DSTV and GoTV. You've seen the wall branding. We're now doing mall escalator branding. We have also moved to ensuring that we have consistency of brand when we show up in the trade, in the way we dress, and also in the way our teams also show up. The tents that we are using, the setups, consistency from one corner of the country to the other corner. So visibility has been very big for us, but we are also conscious of the fact, again, that, and very cognizant that the market is shifting digital. So we've also been quite active on our digital platforms and social, and have an army of Twitter agents, as well as other social media influencers, that are helping us just stay on top of the game and on top of mind of every other digital native that we have within the country. And to this end, if you look at the way we are doing our execution and our communication, we have a consistent look in the way we do the key visuals, thanks to TMG, and also thanks to Bean, who have helped us with creatives here and there. But we now need to move to the next level, which is we're doing extremely well on brand awareness. All our brands are standing at over 90% awareness. Now, it's working harder to drive consideration, but we will not achieve brand consideration if we don't have the right proposition. You've seen us also begin to work on the quality of our content, but also on the way we are marketing the content. So we now have shifted to a focus on content marketing excellence. So we speak less of DSTV, speak less of GoTV, speak less of the Showmax, the platform, but I begin to speak more about the content, speak about Kina, speak about Selena, talk about Jeroa Uba, Hula Baloo, etc., as we also continue to promote our strong sports pillar content, that is EPL, including other great content like La Liga, as well as the Champions League, etc., etc. ESPN, not talking about the channel, but talking about basketball, talking about the players, talking about the real hit of the moment, and beginning to create banter and conversations online and on radio. And that's what the shift that we are calling it to really help us to drive, because Celeste and her team have just started the journey, but we need you, especially the creative agencies, as well as the media agencies, to help us shift the talk from the platform brands to speaking content and driving affinity and creating real fan bases for our content. And then, of course, moving on to the fourth game changer, ensuring that we are 100% customer focused, and that we are driving a digital enablement with our self-service to ensure that customers have a simple, fast, and instant experience to self-service. And also something that we are doing around service democratization. And what that basically means is very simple. What we have done, we realized that we had very many dealers, and we also had very many points of sales, but we had very few of those points where a customer could get a fully fledged service that you would get if you came into our branches. So we embarked on a process or a strategic initiative that we are calling service democratization, which is ensuring that we are taking services closer to the people. That if I want to swap a decoder, I don't have to walk miles and miles and drive or take a matatu or whatever transport or means to be able to get kilometers and kilometers away. So we are we're empowering our partners, our dealers, our agents on the ground to be able to provide fully fledged services as we provide in our branches, and of course, giving them commission revenue and introducing new revenue streams for them. And continuing to embed and entrench a very strong customer first culture. So most of you will know that if you try to get a meeting with MultiChoice Kenya at 8 a.m., you will possibly never get it, because unless it is really important for us actually to have that meeting. Because every 8 o'clock we have a routine we call our business rhythm activity that we call the daily beat. And we go in and listen to what our customers said yesterday. We look at what came in through the call center, the inbound call center. We also look at what came in through our social assisted digital. We look at what people said across all platforms online. And then we see whether it has all been resolved. And if it has not been resolved, why? And we focus on closing it out. And progressively, by doing this, we have actually seen a significant shift in our customer service, as well as ensuring that we also improve the customer satisfaction index for our customers with regard to also access to the contact center, and of course continue to digitize and innovate on our USSD Star 423 and on My GoTV, My DSTV apps. But we cannot achieve this unless we are focusing on driving operational excellence with logistics. So one of the things that you will possibly attest to, we move with speed. We are a fairly fast organization, but that's also because it's sitting within our DNA. We have actively spoken to it with our teams, and also ensuring that we are using technology as much as possible to make decisions and facilitate decision making, and ensure that we are hiring and developing a highly engaged and performing team, and very serious about it. And I hope that you as our partners have seen the significant difference that we are continuing to make over the years. So that is our undisputed number one strategy, the 3-year strategy. And as you can see, a lot of things moving in the right direction. And that has also helped us continue to grow our traditional business in a time that was also fairly difficult, when we lost quite a bit of our DSTV business customers due to the pandemic, and especially in the hospitality industry, in pubs and clubs, and in hotels that we saw closure. So, but the good news is that we continue to grow during this period, courtesy of this undisputed number one strategy. So now, what exactly is our focus for the next, for the current financial year and the next financial year? So what we call the 18-month strategic priorities that started in October 2021, it's another strategy, the granular strategy or the operating year strategy, to help us realize and get closer to the 5 million journey, starting with the smashing 1 million. And this year we have themed the strategy Good to Great, Smashing 1 Million. That's the theme for this year. Now, what shall we be focusing on during this year? We have 8 strategic priorities. And the number one, I know if Tony, you're on the call in the TMG team, we did quite in time to figure out what are we going to do around TV, because we're seeing a bit of contraction of the business, some stagnation of growth. We came up with very specific things to turn around GoTV, and I'm very happy as I stand here to tell you all the things that we agreed upon since October with the leadership in the country as well as in South Africa and Dubai is 100% in flight, and you'll be able to see that for yourselves. And we've begun to see a remarkable turnaround of our GoTV business. The next thing, obviously, is to improve the value offering and support it with extremely good content marketing. And that's to say, for instance, you'll have seen that we brought in content that was placed on our high value bouquets, and we brought it lower into our bouquets on DSTV and also on GoTV. So we strengthened our plus bouquet, we strengthened our value bouquet, and also strengthened the light bouquet, and you will be able to see that. And now we have begun the journey of executing with great content marketing excellence, partnering, bringing in the artists and the cast to be able to drive content marketing excellence. The number three, as you would all expect, is address the internet fiber opportunity. And of course, it's a challenge. We also do appreciate that there are players. We cannot be blind to that fact, and therefore we see it as both as a big opportunity and a fair good enough challenge that we are taking on head on. And I've just spoken to the fact that we shall be launching DSTV via streaming completely hardwareless in March, first as a pilot for our staff and a pilot for a few partners. Then we shall move into launching, doing the full commercial launch in the month of May. And then the fourth strategic priority is to sustain, but also begin to accelerate the sales momentum. We have built a fairly solid sales organization. We are very clear about the things that we need to be able to do to really accelerate sales in our traditional business and now begin to drive sales and see the same level of success in our OTT online business. The number five is to optimize customer service and never ever compromise on the service by improving the access through effective workforce planning and ensuring that we are managing proactively the service levels on all channels, whether it is the digital self-service channels, including their availability, as well as also ensuring that we also have our customers being able to access us on both social, assisted digital, on both Twitter and Facebook. We are also moving into TikTok very soon. From an engagement perspective, I'm sure Celeste's plans are in very high gear together with Bean to ensure we popularize our TikTok platform. And then the sixth one is to optimize our customer value management performance to ensure we are reconnecting more customers and improving our average revenue per user. And I can say again here, we are beginning to see good traction, especially with reconnections on GoTV, on the backdrop of very strong things that we have said we will do, that we have done. And then create a world-class team. And for you, our partners, it's important that you also understand that when we went out to say that we're going to create a world-class team and promoting diversity, especially gender diversity, is not only within our own organization, but also expecting that you're also giving us the best teams. And you've had my leaders and myself demanding the very best, my colleagues in the leadership also demanding the very best of resources assigned to us, so that you help us create a world-class team to be able to thrive in these times, because we are in the times of a very strong adaptive challenge that we must confront, and we can only confront it if we have the best people on in the game. And then finally, to strengthen our controls and optimize our costs to improve our profitability, because unless we do that, we shall not be able to reinvest and have healthy retained earnings to continue to invest in innovation, but most importantly, to continue to invest in our execution machinery. As you can see, a lot of the things that I have spoken to, whereas they are strategic, there's a lot of them that are quite execution oriented. So that really is the strategy, the granular strategy for the current financial year. Good to great, smashing 1 million. And allow me to just go into a little bit of detail as to how that strategy is coming to life. And like I said, turning GoTV around priority is already very much in high gear. Last year, we really had a difficult situation. As you know, the country was facing significant economic headwinds following the pandemic situation that we found ourselves in as a country. And of course, the highest affected persons in the country were the people that were either in the manufacturing sector or the hospitality industry that employed a lot of our customers. And when those jobs were cut or lost, then we obviously then saw the effect in our entertainment product as a priority as our customers began to balance their priorities. But then we took a step and said, let's revamp the content, strengthen the lower level bouquets so that we can have a lot more people signing up the lower level bouquets and maybe even helping people manage their cash flows and the situation that they found themselves in, or we all found ourselves in, as far as our disposable income could take us. Then we also went ahead. A lot of our GoTV customers were saying there's a lot of great content on DSTV. But for me to be able to watch that content, I have to buy a GoTV decoder, a DSTV decoder, and a full kit that includes installation and a dish. And therefore, we found that it was important for us to sort of eliminate as much as we could that barrier to entry and ability to consume the content that sits on DSTV, and therefore we launched Super. The Super bouquet has a lot of content that used to sit on DSTV and still sits on DSTV. It has, for instance, Honey TV, which has taken on pretty well, and I'm a good liking to the content on Honey TV. We also have Kina, which was only sitting predominantly on Compact and Compact Plus and Premium in DSTV, now also available on Super for GoTV customers, plus a lot of other work we've done. And then we also saw gaps within the country where we're not executing very well because we did not have enough coverage. We introduced a project to deploy additional 6 GoTV gap fillers. New sites are absolutely new, state-of-the-art sites built in record time. And already we have 3 active sites. Tomorrow we shall actually be on the road with the leadership team and the execution team going to launch the 4th site in Busia. Next week we are in Kilifi, launching the 5th site in Kilifi. Then we shall start the build for the 6th site. We're still identifying the best, most appropriate location for us to have the 6th site. So we are very serious about the things that we say we will do and executing them brilliantly to ensure that our business is driven by strategy and not by some stroke of luck. Yes, we do expect to meet luck. Luck meets opportunity, meets those that are prepared, and we are doing everything to ensure that we are prepared to capture the value in the marketplace and the opportunity. And then the most recent initiative was to drop the price of light from 265 shillings to 199 as we realized the devastating effects the pandemic had on our customer base. And I can tell you we have seen a remarkable recovery of our light bouquet in just the last 4 weeks that we have had the light price down running. So working together with all of you partners that are on the call, we went ahead and did this campaign where we were showcasing the revamp of our content, especially on GoTV. So we put in ESPN on GoTV Plus. We also put in Maisha Magic across all bouquets, and therefore Selena Kina can be watched on every bouquet in Maisha Magic. Sorry, Kina can be watched on Maisha Magic Plus on Super. And then on Maisha Magic East, you have your Hula Baloo, you have your Njero Auba, you have all this great local content, of course, led by Selena, sitting on every bouquet within GoTV. And then for GoTV Value, we brought in Fox, we brought in Nat Geo World, and we also brought in Trace Muziki. So quite a bit of content revamp. We then, of course, like I said, launched GoTV Super, which is a completely brand new channel that has a brand new bouquet that has 60 plus channels, way bigger than Max, and also has really more exciting sports content and general entertainment content. And we've seen pretty good growth on GoTV Super. And then we have now started the rollout of the GoTV sites. You've seen the different launches that we have been launching, and we are damn serious about the execution brilliance around these things. And that's why I'm sure Barbara of Spark, there is some of Brisk. I have personally either spoken to you directly or through my leaders, my colleagues in the leadership team, and we're very clear about some things that we are completely non-negotiable, and that's brilliant execution of our strategic priorities. And then here, of course, you can also see again the launch of the Nyahururu site. What you are looking at earlier would have been Nanyuki, and of course, we launched Bomet earlier. And then the latest of the executions has been GoTV Lite, and showcasing that GoTV Lite is really value for money. It's not just your FTA channel, it's packed with a lot more. A good value of Maisha Magic, which is where we have invested quite a bit in local content and beginning to get very good traction and reviews. And like I said, also, we are seeing very good numbers coming on GoTV Lite. Now, we also have begun to popularize the use of GoTV Fundi. For a long time, our customers have been buying GoTV and going to install it themselves. And we've had a lot of signal complaints, and we checked and interrogated all of them. None of them has anything to do with our site. It has everything to do with a poor installation. So we are actively recommending the use of GoTV Fundi. So you can see sometimes we struggle with a creative agency. And I know sometimes we have been told we are putting in too much information, but we are in a highly fast, extremely fast, very fickle industry. And the things that we do must be done on time and very quickly. And then we choose the things that we want to elevate, the things that will fix for us the challenges that we are facing in order for us to be able to fire the right pistons to be able to drive absolutely great growth for our business. So this is how we launched GoTV Lite in Nyeri. We launched it in a very nice way with Kiengei. We had also some radio stations with us on the ground. So Saracen, thank you very much for coming on board and for helping us also engage effectively. We expect a lot more engagement with the media houses for us to partner and bring to life our propositions and our products and the various pieces of content that we want to zero in or double down on and focus on. So it was a fantastic launch, and you can see the results that have followed thereafter. We anticipate to do more. We are getting ready to launch our latest piece of content that is going to succeed Selena. So huge expectations in the marketplace, and we would expect no less quality of execution. And Celeste working together with the Mnet team and of course with our partners that are on the call, please help us really step up the game as far as driving commercial initiatives and activating in the marketplace is concerned. So that was on GoTV Lite. I will not possibly speak to every other item, but I also just tell you when we move to content marketing, so working closer with our Mnet content team, but stepping up our content marketing to shift content from selling channels to actually speaking about the content. And we have also revised our marketing budget to ensure that we have put in more money into content marketing so that we have enough to just sell content as much as we are selling the decoders and the different offers we have for acquisition. So some of the shifts is, for instance, not just talking about DSTV and talking about the channel, but talking about the content and what's going on within the content. So you have, for instance, here, we're talking about Kina, but if you just put in a picture of, Nana, and you put in the picture of Fred, people don't even figure out. They're trying to figure out, okay, what's going on? She looks great. So we try and get that conversation started by putting in some scripts, whether it's on radio, whether it is on the captions in social, or even we now need to see how do we now bring this to our out of home. It's a challenge that I am giving, or we, Celeste and I, and the leadership team are giving to the creative agency to help us shift to talking to content pieces. So for instance, here we have a caption here saying Vita Sazote, Nana na Fred wanavutana, Jia Frida Kuchocha, Noma Halisi. So, when you start Noma Haishi, so you see already you possibly now can tell what's going on. But when you just see Kina, you don't know what's going on. The audience does not know. And we take a lot of things for granted and want to shift away from that to driving conversations and creating banter around our content. The same case with the obvious, like for instance, motorsports. Why just put motorsports in a picture of, let's say, Max and Lewis, and possibly some people don't even know what this is all about or what's happening, and we sort of create some level of antagonistic or some sort of opposing views on what we think. New season, new cars, Max aggression is set to topple Lewis, which he did. Yeah. So a lot of people are actually quite upset about that. And that, we want to set the tone and the conversation before it happens. It may happen, it may not happen, but we want to be behind the voice and to really create the hype and bring out the conversations around content. So of course, also innovating and improving the way we execute in-home experiences and out-of-home experiences, and creating a lot more spaces where people can interact with our artists, interact with the cast, interact with the producers, but also really get immersed into the content and make it a lifestyle for Kenyans. So again, I'm throwing this challenge to you. These are thoughts, strategic thoughts, but you are the experts as sales and marketing agencies to really help us bring this to life. And then where addressing the internet and fiber opportunity and challenge is concerned, I already spoke about getting ready to launch DSTV via streaming, but also managing piracy we are seeing a huge increase and growth in streaming piracy. And we have actually done quite a bit with the judiciary and the National Assembly and the Parliament and various other lobby groups, including KECOBO, the Kenya Corporate Board, to ensure that we actually respect the rights of artists, because we as a distribution platform are charged with the responsibility of also helping to protect the rights of artists and the rights of content owners. So, and you saw we were very successful in getting to uphold the Copyright Act 2020 to ensure that it's not interfered with, and that indeed everybody in the entire country, including those that are playing in the internet space, are working with us to fight piracy, as opposed to providing themselves an open channel to sort of promote piracy. Then sustaining, accelerating sales momentum, a lot of things happening. We are growing our team, increasing. We have hired very high-level, high-powered regional heads. We have now grown and are adding our regional sales managers with an additional complement of about 5. So we shall grow to over 20. And we shall also be increasing the number of people in our marketing teams. We are creating more roles, and we have advertised for those roles. So we are very serious when it comes to brand and communication excellence and the sales and distribution excellence bit of it, building the right teams, and then defining the regional priorities, and continue to densify and continue to grow in the footprint. So you will see sketches and brisk a lot of work and requests coming in to accelerate our visibility work, both within our trade partners, but also going out into open spaces where we have real estate with fixed assets that we can be able to invest in that give us long-term visibility. And I spoke to driving channel productivity to continue to focus that in this year. And now, most importantly, leveraging key events to drive growth. So we have key events already happening. We have getting ready for the World Cup in November, the Qatar World Cup in November. And then we're also getting ready, gearing towards elections. And I'm sure some of you have already been engaged by Celeste and her team to support us in taking advantage of this election footprint, especially where we have high footfall at various venues, for us to be able to drive awareness of all the things that we are doing, and just be in the face of our customers and relentlessly drive the propositions and win over customers. We have the WRC, we have the Kenya Open. In as much as we shall not be participating as a key sponsor, we also get to participate across all the golf courses. You've seen us do that. And we are setting up camp in all the golf courses to ensure we have presence and we constantly remain top of mind. And then, of course, GoTV Revamp, GoTV Super, and the gap fillers we execute, including our branches launches like there's no tomorrow. And I tell you, every time we do it, we see a tick in the numbers. So it does help and does pay for us to do the things that we are doing. So I will not get into detail about this, but this slide basically talks to the fact that we spoke about the 3.8 million opportunity. But out of that 3.8 million, there are people who are just ready and waiting for us to sell to. And that's why we continue to sell decoders in this country in huge numbers. Over 20,000 decoders are sold by DSTV and GoTV on a monthly basis. And these are basically being sold into greenfield areas. Some of them may be replacing, an old decoder, but the majority are going into new customers. And that whole greenfield opportunity sits at 1.3 million greenfield opportunity. So, of course, if you look at the chart very closely, which is, if you look at the blue, you will see the biggest blue bar is sitting in our central region. And the central region, therefore, we have put in quite a bit of focus there. We've just done a bit of reshuffle and reorganize people so that we have fresh thinking to ensure that we can see the opportunity. We're not seeing opportunities, but also putting quite a bit of money into the central region, whether it's through visibility or recruiting new partners, putting the new regional sales managers. The addition of 5, 2 of them will actually go into the central region. Then also, if you look at Nairobi, quite a big opportunity sitting within Nairobi, both for the greenfield and also inactive. So quite a bit of work with the flyer distribution to get our customers to know that we have dropped prices. For instance, on GoTV Lite, we have improved content, we have launched Super, we have step up to see wherever you fit in, depending on whichever segment that you fall in as a customer, you see yourself in each of these opportunities, and we drive aggressive recovery of and win back of our inactive customers. So if anything from here, please take out big focus on Central and Nairobi, and big focus on both driving recruitment of new customers, driving customer growth through new customers, and also recovering the huge base of disconnected, inactive customers in Nairobi. Okay, so this just talks to the different distribution of the different regions that we have and how we have grown the number of people from the head of sales to the regional heads to the regional sales managers. So just a testament to tell you that the things we've said we will do are seriously in high flight, and we mean serious business when it comes to executing our strategy. And then coming to customer service, we've seen improvement in service levels and also growth in our digital channels. Again, we'll lean on you to see how much further and how more creative can we get to be able to drive higher penetration of our digital channels. So big thinking, especially not just on DSTV via streaming, but also on how to drive star 423 to drive my DSTV and my GoTV app, so we can reduce demand at the call centers and shift traffic a lot more to self-service apps. And then continuing to ensure that we are working with our outbound team that does calls to customers, encouraging them either to reconnect or to upgrade to our high value customers, and working very closely to ensure that we empower them and incentivize them to be able to drive growth. Okay, we have the 100% premium initiative that is already running. We have Step Up that we run, the last mile campaign that we run every end of the financial year, which runs from January to March. Currently in high gear, we would like to perform better. We're not doing particularly great on Step Up, and part of the excuse that we did not have EPL. We had a few, postponed matches. So yeah, we have makeup matches now. Then we also have now the UEFA Champions League, which is in the FA Cup. So giving people a reason to want to upgrade. So we should see Step Up performing better going into March. And again, Celeste and her team coming to you to help us drive our last mile campaign like there's no tomorrow. And then finally, creating the world-class team. Again, as I said, plans in very high gear. These are photos taken, I think, 2 weeks ago, showing the training programs that are already in high gear in our premises, training our teams to ensure, first and foremost, learn how to lead yourself as an individual, and then work through other people, your peers and other leaders, to be able to gain maximum value. And of course, other people includes our partners like yourselves. So creating a team that you can be able to work with and continuously developing. So we should not give up if we have a gap. It's our duty as responsibility as leaders, when we see the gap in our people, to ensure that we are bridging that gap, including myself, who is also going through various trainings since last year, actually the previous year, with my other colleagues in leadership. And then we've already started to strengthen the controls and ensuring that we're getting better value and managing costs. So we also know that you, as our partners, sometimes will work with third-party partners. Please ensure that you're demanding the best value for our money and helping us optimize the cost and deliver the best we can. So I'm going to stop there for a minute as priority and go into the calendar and close with culture. But just before we get into the request, MC, me on stage, I'm sure there are a few questions already.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Congratulations to you, Nancy, and congratulations to obviously the team that is making this work. I'm seeing all your feedback that is coming through. Lenny Nyaga is asking, what was the data source or sources used to determine the household potential? It will be great to have this so we can also align the media strategy to high potential areas and segments.
Thank you, Lenny. We got this information from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. We also got it from the FSD study. So if you get the Financial Services Diaries, FSD, and the Kenya Bureau of Statistics, you will get to see this information.
All right. Thank you so much, Nancy, for that. Somebody else comes
also, of course, from the statistics for OTT, I'm sure you already have that. The 11 million, YouTube plus social media daily active. That's in the digital report for Kenya.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nancy, for that. Somebody else asked, do you have plans to expand the reach of GoTV to other areas after you finish the current sites? There are still some areas in the country that will benefit from this gap filler expansion.
Right. It will be great if you told us the specific areas where you're seeing these gaps so that we can be able to address them. We have the last site we're actually figuring out which is the highest opportunity area. So if you can come in right now, we're in the process of scoping out for the last site and determining where we want that license to be. But just for purposes of information, as we sit right now, for the immediate addressable base, we were covering up to 70% of the population earlier on with the 24 sites that we have. Now, the additional 6 sites that will take us to about 30 sites in total will not take us to very close to 80%. Yes, coverage of the population.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. I love that. And obviously, a couple of people excited about what you guys are just about to launch in March. So there's definitely a lot of positive enthusiasm when it comes to that. And then finally, from my side, do we foresee any intra-country reality shows? Netflix have a new one that's coming up. That's Young, Famous, and African. Do you guys have a plan for something?
We have been mulling around it, and we've been working to see whether we can have a Big Brother, rest of Africa. We're trying to put together the business case. We've been having challenges putting together that business case. But yes, it is very high on our radar.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So definitely.
Please don't misquote me. We are not launching Big Brother Africa, rest of Africa yet, but we are working actively to see whether we can have Big Brother or an equivalent reality show or riveting show.
Okay.
For rest of Africa.
I think the Big Brother would be amazing.
You love Big Brother. Everyone loves Big Brother.
All right. So I'm getting a lot of people that are coming through. Please bear with us. We'll be concluding very shortly so that at least you'll be able to move on to your different meetings and objectives for the day.
All right. Thank you very much. I intend to finish in 5 minutes. So we could have back the screen. Okay, so we'll now go into how the calendar looks like and the things that you as our partners need to keep your eye on. And we shall be sharing this calendar with you through Celeste so that you have a clear focus of the big activities and you are prepared and even begin to think beforehand of the things that we need to be able to do. So the calendar is rather tiny, and do forgive me, that's why I said that it rather squares that Celeste will share, but it's divided into 6 buckets. And the first bucket is customer growth initiatives and campaigns that are driven towards either acquisition or revenue growth or ARPU growth. And this is standard. We will always have this unless the calendar changes. So in the first quarter of the financial year, starting April to May, June, thereabouts, in that we run what we call the local content campaign. So a lot of focus on Maisha Magic. And the key proposition behind it will be, of course, an acquisition proposition. So it's acquisition oriented with offers on getting as many people as possible to come on board as we get ready for the election period and get ready for the World Cup, when we get to see the highest viewership ever in all the countries that we operate in. And then we have the new football season, always runs like clockwork, starts in October, in September there. So it always happens in our second quarter. In the third quarter, we have the festive campaign that also leverages quite a bit of the NFS, but also pushes a lot of the acquisition offer. And then finally, we have the last mile campaign, which is the last quarter that we are in. And currently, for the financial year that's closing, we call it the step up campaign. This is standard. It's going to run. It's going to be like that until we make the changes, maybe in the future. But then from a sports and slate and calendar, we have EPL. You can see our biggest driver of customer growth revenues, and also we have the Champions League, so quite big, helping us drive ARPU because it sits on higher case. We brought back Europa into the slate last year, and we'll continue to have Europa. We have Winter Olympics that just ended. We have AFCON World Cup, the DRC, of course. Don't forget, we also have La Liga in English. The only ones the country that have La Liga, it's in English. And we have athletics and Magical Kenya Open. So participating maybe a little bit in Magical Kenya Open, but the rest of the events are very big focus in executing across. And then the third bucket is new products bucket, which includes branches as well as the GoTV sites. So you can see again the GoTV gap fillers continue to launch until the end of March. And then we have the revamped branches. We do expect to do a lot of work on our Nakuru branch, and we shall be giving it a facelift in April and also driving quite a bit of awareness in Nakuru and in the region. And we have DSTV streaming, as I spoke to. The DSTV streaming launch that is referred to here is an internal launch because we want not to make mistakes we've made in the past, to part it and make sure we take care of all issues. And we also get to see the full billing cycle so that we can then get ready to launch commercially, take it to market in May and build all the noise around it. Then we have the rest of the details around the new products. The fourth category is our internal and partner activities. So we're just done or we're going through the partner cascade as far as the strategy is concerned. We have a sales conference that is planned, and of course, with the supporters in our internal events, you can actually see the rate of activities. We'll have a team building activity for the entire organization, and we shall also have obviously the World Cup showcase and the media showcases. And this time around, they will be a bit different. We'll have a combination, hybrid of both virtual and a physical event, and really bring life the World Cup and bring to life the media showcases. Then finally, the last two is elections. We've already started to work around distributing flyers and taking advantage of the election, the electorate and the voters and the campaign goers masses, and of course taking advantage of the rest of the sales. So these are the key events that we've identified. If you think that we are missing out anything, please do let us know, but please also reorganize and focus your teams on this calendar and priorities, and let's begin to think beforehand about the creatives, the execution methodology for us to really execute like champions that we are. And I will close by asking all of you to please help us continue to promote our culture, to continue to live our brand purpose, and to ensure that we are actively, indeed, living to the calling of our brand purpose, which is the technology platform business, focused on enriching the lives of Kenyans using great video entertainment. And we do this through connection, bonding. It's very clear people will come together to watch content. They will discuss pieces of content, and therefore you will find ways to bond better. We promote happiness, good health and well-being, and personal development through entertainment content and infotainment content. And then from our internal perspective, we are very clear about the culture that we must continue to promote, and also that we expect our partners to rally behind, ensuring that we are accountable for what we do, that we are vulnerable, that we are promoting the company and the brand at all times, and that we are giving each other the benefit of trust, respecting each other's views both ways, and operating like owners of the business, whether it is the owner of the business of Saracen, and by the same token operating like you're the owner of MultiChoice and the brands that we own, and always executing with speed. And we have a very specific DNA that we subscribe to that is unique to MultiChoice Kenya, whereas what I have just shown you earlier on is really MultiChoice way across the entire group that we subscribe to in Kenya. We are very specific about the DNA that will carry us across in order for us, across everything that we do, in order for us to win and excel. So speed, energy, and passion, not negotiable. Excellence, non-negotiable. Completely every day promoting trust and pulling together as a team to promote cross-line leadership, working across silos, across partners, pulling together and really collaborate to win in the marketplace. And with all this on the backdrop of a very responsible business, we are partners of the SDGs. We are very much committed to doing business for good. We're not just here to make a profit. We're here operating with triple bottom line and really championing the five specific SDGs goals. But across all the 17 goals, we partner with the United Nations to ensure we help them promote the fight against poverty, and we give them free airtime on our platforms to be able to drive awareness. So we are committed to doing business for good, and we are a full subscriber and a partner in the SDG goals. And therefore, I stop there, and I thank you all for giving us all, and I trust that now you understand our 3-year strategy. You understand the things that we shall be focusing on. You know why we're doing the things that we are doing, and that I will count on all of you to support in my leadership team and the entire organization for us to go and make a difference, to be able to really entrench ourselves as undisputed number one, and to become, to get there, we must start by smashing the 1 million daily active subscribers. Thank you very much.
Nancy. Good to great. Smashing 1 million.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. I can't wait. This is going to be a very interesting year, I can tell. And Agnes is coming through saying, great to know that we are part of such elaborate, well thought strategy. Definitely feel like part of a power team. Super energized on. Let's go team.
Oh, you very much, Agnes.
Obviously, and the conversation has just started, and we can't wait for obviously you to bring back all your feedback and all your ideas on how we best can move this particular strategy forward. I'm excited. Nancy, thank you very much. To you that is with us, wherever you are, I am excited because at the end of the day, it is you that is going to help us obviously to achieve all this. Now, you can keep using the chat box section. Send in your questions. Celeste and the team will definitely try as much as possible to reach out directly to you so that we'll be able to answer your questions. From us, right here in studio, we say Kwaheri. Thank you very much and have an amazing Monday and week.
So crazy, you driving me. Girl, you put it on me. Nice, you riding it. I'm sliding it. Already out two legs slightly. Oh, mama spread them so widely. Caribbean girl, one die for me.
People we know they feed you, always the first to talk about your life. Look at the irony, shame you for public, on the beg you for side. Don't get it twisted, oh. I know they kiss ass, see that shit is not healthy. Keeping my distance, oh. Some people are worse than pandemic. If it go cause my peace, then I go take my leave. If it no be money, do not disturb me, please. If it go cost my peace, that's some expensive shit, oh. If it no be money, do not disturb me, please.
Alafu kuna Nikita anatikita akizitingiza hapa ndani muta go crazy, oh muta go crazy. Alafu kuna Nikita anatikita akizitingiza hapa ndani muta go crazy, oh muta go crazy. Mzuri kama kachoro hodi kakupa mola. I'm like my oh my, macho yake yanavonga just like a candlelight. Lips zake zilivoloa akizingata like my oh my, gozi yake inavometameta kama shima. Hivi wewe unazani na kutamani ila nipe trace zaidi ya vile navyodhania. Kila mbio kampani na machache ya kukuambia, cause I need you in my life. I'm trying to find me a wife, and you look just like her type. You look like just my type. Swear this love is first sight. Cause you are such a beautiful woman, woman. Could you be my only woman, woman? Aisha, 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 Aisha.
Hata mzimeta bado tutawasha, hata mfunge bado ni tamasha, hata mfiche no katapanda juu yake gima ketupa maganja.
Bado unataka bia,
nipe bia.
Bado unataka bia,
Buda nipe bia.
Bado unataka bia,
nipe bia.
Utaenda kulipia.
Pombe na kizungu mingi, pombe na kizungu mingi, pombe na kizungu mingi. I'm so fantabulous.
Pombe na kizungu mingi, pombe na kizungu mingi, pombe na kizungu mingi.
All right, so good morning, everyone. First of all, allow me to say a very big apology. I'm sorry we started a little bit late. We had a few technical issues, but you know what? Regardless, we are here. Special thanks to all of you that are logged on, over 200 of you. Wow, that is amazing. I'm really excited about that. I mean, welcome to all our dealers, our ESPs, and trade partners. This is the Multi-Choice Kenya Strategy Cascade. We'll try as much as possible to keep it very short and definitely as sweet as possible as we talk to you about what we want to do for the next 1 year. Now, wherever you are, you have a chat box section. Now, I need you to make use of that. Up on the Unatuma questions, you have a comment that you want us to read out here. If you have a suggestion that you think we need to obviously reach out to, that is where I want you to use. So I see Rogers all the way from Eldoret. Thank you very much. I see Charles Oteno tuned in from Nairobi. Nelson from Ongata Rongai. Asante sana as well. Joe Sheila says, all the way from Voi. Kevin Mose says, install kindly, type your region. All right, obviously that's a clarion call for everyone else out there. Leonard is already logged on. Radi Sammy says, Asanteni sana for coming on air right about now. Chris Nairobi, Melvin from Coast, Brian from Eldoret, Vincent is here as well, Rogers as well from Eldoret. Thank you so much. Now, with that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome our host for this particular session. As much as possible, try to pay as much attention as you can. Please help me welcome Nancy Matimu, the MD, MultiChoice Kenya, to take us through this session. Nancy, karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Silotan. And asante sana for the people who have joined us online, our partners. I'm aware that this morning we have our dealers, we have the accredited agents, including the mom and pops. We have electronic service providers, CSCs. We have also service providers. We have our installers from across the country. I think I recognize Charles Otieno from Nairobi, as well as various other partners trade partners that we are working with. So this morning, karibu sana. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to walk you through our MultiChoice Kenya business strategy. So I want to start by telling you why we are doing this, because a couple of years back when I came into organization, I found it together with the leadership team for us to pull together everybody to understand what we are doing and why we are doing what we are doing, and also to be part of the process of determining what we should do and why we should do it. And therefore, a lot of the things that you will see here is really a combination of what our customers have been telling us, combination of what have been telling us as our partners, also the things that we see, looking at the different patterns and trends that we are seeing vile tunaona biashara ikiendelea. So asanteni sana and karibuni kwa MultiChoice Kenya business strategy, Cascade, for all our trade partners this morning. And I will start by walking you through what we are seeing in the market. And just before we get into the detail of what we are seeing in the market, I'm inviting you to walk with me through a journey we are calling the journey to 5 million daily active subscribers, starting with 1 million in the coming financial year. And therefore, the one key thing that we shall be going after is to just smash that 1 million. And you will see later on, we are talking about our granular strategy. Ile strategy tutakuwa tuna execute this year, tunaita good to great, smashing 1 million strategy. But before we get started, it's important to understand what is the environment we're operating in, and therefore is our strategy backed by a good understanding of that environment and a strong opportunity. So we'll be able to share with you very specific information that lays and clarifies what our opportunity is, then walk through the strategic priorities, and then get into as well how the calendar for the next financial year will look like, starting from January and February, which we've already started to execute, and then talk about the things that we shall do to be able to ensure that we are promoting and live the culture of MultiChoice Kenya. So right from the very beginning, I have received every time when I meet the dealers, and even when I have met the installers in the various platforms, especially when we used to do a lot of the online sessions in 2020 and 2021, and we have the dealer events as well that are scheduled later on this year, and that we did last in the previous year. And a lot of the feedback I've been getting is the internet, the shift, there's a shift. Kenya inaenda mbele na internet. Where is DSTV and where is GoTV? Where do you fit in that? So yes, it is a fact we are seeing significant technological shifts. Tunaona watu wengi sana wakitumia internet na tena wanapata entertainment kutoka internet, na pia tunaona watu wengi wakipenda kuona what we are calling OTT products, and what we are saying is this is actually a testament that the market is ready for us. The internet landscape iko tayari ndio tuingie huko with our very strong positions. And the propositions na zile offer naenda nazo kwa market ni Showmax na DSTV via streaming. Umesikia nikisema hapo awali, for some of you who have been with me, that we are launching DSTV via streaming, which will mean not decoder, not dish, but I will tell you why we will still continue seeing our dishes and decoders in huge amounts, because we still need to continue making the traditional opportunity. Kwa hivyo ukiangalia Kenya mzima, we have 12.5 million households like I have said before. Na kwenye hizi 12 million households bado hatujafika 1 million daily active subscribers. Kwa hivyo tuna kiwango kubwa sana to selling DSTV and GoTV in these 12.5 million households, kwa sababu hata internet bado haijafika, na hata kwenye imeshafika sio watu wote wanaweza afford high speed broadband internet. So we shall continue to run those two strategies very strongly into the future. So the bottom line, watu wale wamekuwa wanasikia kwamba tukilaunch DSTV via streaming labda hakutakuwa na DSTV via DTH through satellite. Pay TV is not going anywhere. It's just expanding our streaming business, na tutaendelea kuona ensure that we are also investing kwa traditional pay TV ya DSTV na GoTV. So I get into a little bit of how the market looks like. Ukiangalia tena tumekuwa tukiongea juu hizi 12.5 million households, lakini tunajua sio kila household ama sio kila home tunaweza ingia, kwa sababu hawana uwezo, wengine wetu hawana uwezo, na zile nyumba ambazo tunaona ziko na uwezo zinaonekana zikiwa 5.9 million. Halafu tunasema sio kila mtu labda anataka kuona DSTV GoTV, kwa hivyo tunatoa hiyo 2.1 million na tumeachwa properly, tunaona 3.8 million nyumba zenye tunaweza kuingia sahi tuwauzie ama tuwa reconnect. Kwa hivyo biashara is actually very big and still quite a huge opportunity waiting for us there. So it's important that you understand this, ndio uelewe reason why we continue to invest so much money. Watu wanatuuliza kwa nini mnaweka pesa mingi hivyo kwa hii biashara, because, and especially traditional business, because the statistics are showing us and telling us that indeed watu bado wanapenda wanataka DSTV ile mzee na GoTV, na hawezi afford internet all the time kuwa videos. So it's still important that we continue to sell our DSTV and GoTV product. So tukishasa hivyo, the reason why I was going into that, ndio muone kwa kweli tuko na clear opportunity to continue selling DSTV and GoTV in the 12.5 million households, prioritizing the 3.8 million households, na later on taonyesha vile tunaona zile households zenye ziko na opportunity ya kuuza, na zile kwenye zile regions tunaona tuko na opportunity sana ya ku reconnect customers. So we have two strategies. Kuna ile strategy ya long term, ile tunaita the undisputed number one strategy, the 2020 to 2023 3-year strategy. Ile strategy tulitengeneza in 2020 tukaa pamoja with our partners na watu wengine, the entire organization, tukasema kama tutarudi kuwa na kujiestablish kama the undisputed number one, lazima tufanye hizi vitu tano, na nitaonyesha hizo vitu tano na vile tuna make progress and good progress kwa hizo vitu tano. And then moving on to hii mwaka yenye tuko, ni vitu gani tutafanya, tutaangalia tuweke pesa yetu, watu wetu, everybody to focus na our partners tuweze our 2023 strategy, undisputed number one strategy, but also deliver on the targets that we have set for ourselves za huu mwaka. Na ndio hii strategy tunayoita good great strategy, smashing 1 million granular strategy. So wacha kwanza tuangalie kwa what exactly is our undisputed number one strategy, ndio muelewe zile vitu mnaona tukifanya kwa tunazifanya kama kuna vitu tumekosa, hatuoni vizuri, mnaweza tuambia ndio to include in the strategy. So the undisputed number one strategy is a long-term 3-year strategy focused first and foremost on pulling together and everybody in the organization and our partners, ndio tuende tuone vile tunaweza kuingia in one of every 2 households, kwa kila nyumba, out of every 2 homes, or one of every 2 screens. Na nimesema saa hii sasa tumeanza kuexecute strategy yetu ya internet ile pia ya households, kwanza tengeneza products ndio weze fit within the internet world and the digital world. Hence to max DSTV via streaming yenye haitakuwa na decoder na kuwa dishless kabisa. Halafu kuna watu wale pia bado wanaendelea na kuweka traditional DSTV na GoTV, ndio hawa watu tunasema lazima we have the capacity to continue to go into one of every 2 households. na kwa hivyo zile vitu zenye tulisema kwa hiyo 3-year strategy that we call the undisputed number 1 strategy, tuliziita game changers, Fortune 5 game changers. Tukasema kitu ya kwanza lazima to improve our sales distribution. So we came up with the game changer sales and distribution excellence, na kwa hiyo bucket tukasema vitu tatu lazima tutafanya. Tutagawanya the entire country, nchi yote, into 5 regions, na hizo 5 regions ni Nairobi, a bigger region, we have Central region, we have Coast region, the Lake region, and we have the Rift region. Halafu tutaweka senior leaders kwa hizi regions ambao wanaweza drive business on the ground together with the regional sales managers, area sales managers, as well as the partners wenye wako kwa hizo regions. Alafu tukasema it's important for us to expand the channel, especially to tengeneza down kubwa na installers to increase for the dealers, so that we're able to reach more regions, ndio tuweze kupenetrate further. Ndio tukaingia kwa hiyo priority tunaita ama game changer tunaita channel expansion and densification, ndio ya kuongeza number of people, watu wale wanauza wenye wa chini ya dealer, ndio dealer weze kuuza a bigger area and to drive more business. And then of course ensuring that we are also driving productivity ya watu wetu wenye wanafanya supervision on the ground using the tools tuko nazo kama Brandworks to ensure kama mtu akisema ameshaenda kuvisit a particular partner ni kweli amefika huko. And also ensuring that we also tunafanya installation nzuri, we are getting people onto IES and managing quality installations and checking the quality of the installation done on IES. Alafu tunasema namba 2, lazima tu improve our brand visibility. Vile tunaonekana hapa nje, na mnaweza you can bear me witness, msema kwamba pesa mingi sana kwa brand visibility, kufanya walls, DSTV, GoTV, kutengeneza good uniform, ensure kila wakati wetu wanauza na wale wako kwa trade na zile chances tunatumia ziko in very good order, and therefore showing up in the marketplace in a very excellent way, and continue to grow brand awareness. Tukisema hapa saa hii naweza kuambia DSTV, GoTV na Showmark zote brand awareness ziko well above 90%. Kwa hivyo kazi ile kubwa tuko nayo ya kutengeneza our brand consideration ilikuwa inakaa kama 20s hivi, sasa imeanza kuenda 40s, tunataka ifike 75% by the time we get to the end of the financial year, na tuna hakika kwamba tutaanza kuitengeneza ndio tuanze kupanda get the brand consideration, kutengeneza zile vitu watu hawapendi, na mtaona vile tumeanza kuimprove content marketing na vitu mingi. Halafu tumeintroduce mpya tunaita content marketing excellence, na ndio kuongea juu ya content more than we are talking about channels. Saa hii ukiangalia ama hapo awali ukiangalia utakuwa unaona advertisement zote zilikuwa zinaongea juu ya box, kama ni decoder ama antenna ama dish, zingine zinaongea juu ya channel ama super sport hapa ama channels za kama Maisha Magic, lakini sasa tunataka shift tuanze kuongea juu ya content yenye iko ndani ya hii box, yenye iko ndani kwa hii channel, so that we can improve to build a big fan base, ndio tutengeneze soko mzuri kabisa ya watu watakuwa wanaona, wananunua, wanatengenezea biashara, wanatengenezea bigger market by creating a bigger fan base and stimulating demand within the market. Halafu ya nne ni ensure that we are completely focused and very serious and brilliantly executing on customer focus and driving self-service platforms usage in order for us to drive satisfied work for customer. But first and foremost, ensuring that we continue to innovate on our self-service platforms, Staff 2-3 Star, as well as DSTV app and GoTV app. So customers don't have to come to you to clear errors. They don't have to call our call center to clear errors. Wanaweza kujisaidia kufanya vitu kama hizo, and then to increase the number of service points where they can be able to swap decoder, where they can be able to get help to be able to upgrade. Just about to may introduce project mpya ya increase the number of service centers, naita service democratization. And you can also again bear witness, we have developed and continue to empower many of our dealers and mom and pops with SMA access and clarity access, ndio tunaweza kutengeneza huge ecosystem ya watu unaweza kupeleka service as close as possible to the customer, and continue to entrench our customer first culture. Customer complain, lazima tuna stop, we first focus on the customer and resolve the problem to his satisfaction, and the customer is always right, of course, in the realms of ensuring that I've checked everything. And then digitization and innovation, bado tunaendelea kufanya a lot of digital work to improve digital customer journeys, like I have said, Star 423 and my DSTV app, lakini pia to also improve the watch journey by going into DSTV streaming, where our customer will now be able to watch DSTV on smart screen and decoders and smart devices. Na ya mwisho kwa hii undisputed number 1 strategy ya tano ni to ensure we are operating with excellence. Tukisema tuna deliver decoders, for instance, to a dealer within 24 or 48 hours, depending penye uko, lazima we deliver that, and we hold DHL and our other partners like SED to accounts to ensure they act to deliver in good time, and also to build the IT and digital transformation streams that we need for us to continue to win in the digital age, na kuwa na watu wenye wako focused, people who are engaged, people who are motivated, and they have continued to train our people, investing in our people, ndio watu wetu waweze kufanya kazi vizuri, and to partner with you ndio tuende kwa market tukiwa watu totally engaged na building a high performing team. So that's our undisputed number 1 strategy, anchored on 5 game changes, and which is the 3E strategy. And as you can see, we have green ticks because those areas are already in high flight and going very well. Sales and distribution excellence, brand and visibility and communication excellence, content marketing excellence, customer focus and self-service platform excellence, as well as operational and people excellence. So now, what do we focus on for the next financial year? So tukianza kuplan for the financial year, we normally start in October. Kazi yetu huwa inaanza kufanya research, kuongea na nyinyi, kuongea na watu huko nje, tunaangalia what can we do to improve our service, what can we do to even be able to sell better. Alafu tu anaanza kufanya na hizo executions kuanzia November, December, January we go into full gear into executing the strategy, ndio tukiingia financial year on 1st of March, kila kitu inaangalia upwards, and we are on a high trajectory, high growth path to deliver the strategy. So this year, the theme is good to great. We want to move from being a good organization to a great organization, and be very committed to smashing that 1 million daily active subscribers. Na in order for us to get there, tufike hapo, lazima tutafanya hizi vitu na ambazo niliandika hapa. Number 1, tulikuwa tunapata complaints mingi sana, hatuna coverage ya GoTV kila mahali, tuko na signal issues. Kwa nini hamweki good quality products ama content ama channel kwa GoTV? And listened, and therefore we embarked on a journey to turn around GoTV, and I'll get into that. And that's an area that's going very well. Na sasa tumeanza kuona hata sales za GoTV ziko sawa, lakini tunataka improve kabisa, na basi ya GoTV watu wameanza ku reconnect, which is very good. And then improving video offering and supporting with content marketing excellence, we'll talk to that, and how we are addressing internet and fiber opportunity and challenge at the same time, and what products we're bringing to market to be able to win in that space. Halafu, how do we continue to sustain accelerate sales momentum? We can continue to sell more. We actually want to sell more because it's the election year. It is World Cup year. We should be selling like there's no tomorrow, in order for us to build a big enough base when the World Cup, the Qatar World Cup comes, ikifika in November 2022. Halafu pia na elections, but tunaona already a lot of campaigns going on. People are hungry for news, wanataka kujua how which way is the country going. So demand for news is also beginning to pick up quite a bit. So the base needs to grow for us to take advantage of this big event, for us to be able to drive the success of our business. Alafu tunaendelea improve customer service, service levels. Watu wanataka ku access our call center, tumefanya big improvement. We used to have a lot of complaints that people can't access the call center, but I think you can bear me witness, tumeanza ku improve hapo kiasi. and then also ensuring that more and more people are using star 423 and IDSTV app and Mego TV app, kutengeneza vitu kama clearing errors na kusaidia hivi kama ku-upgrade, ku-downgrade hivi, ndio also we reduce unnecessary calls to the call center. We are also working to optimize our customer value to ensure that we have offers. Tuko na offers mzuri tunapatia watu kutoka hapa na tukipitia SMS ama calls. Tunapatia watu wale wamekuwa disconnected for a long time, ama watu wale wanaweza ku-upgrade. Tuliona waki-upgrade last year hawaja-upgrade, so we have those specific offers so that we continue to build, so that we can be able to build a big active base. Na pia as I mentioned, lazima tuwe na watu ambao wanajua kila wanafanya, lakini to support them in developing them na kusupport gender diversity and promoting diversity, especially focusing on gender equality. Na ya mwisho kuensure tuko na controls, kwa sababu tulikuwa na vitu za frauds hivi mnajua, so we have done quite a bit to ensure that we're optimizing our processes and strengthening our controls, as well as improving our cost we get value for the money, to improve profitability and how to say it's a good improvement on the business as far as profitability is concerned. Kwa hiyo our good to smash, good to great smashing 1 million strategy. Na kwa wale watu bado hawajaona kama hii strategy imeanza kufanya kazi, tuko in market seriously executing strategy. Now we shall start and show you what we are doing on target GoTV on priority. Kama nilivyosema, tulianza kazi ya ku revamp the content, to kuleta content yenye haikuwa kwa GoTV na ilikuwa kwa DSTV, tukaileta kama Kina na Honey, tukaileta kwa Super na launch Super. Halafu tukaanza hiyo kazi ya kuleta 6 additional gap fillers. Ashaweka gap in Nyahururu na Nyuki na Bomet. Kesho kutwa tutakuwa Busia in launching the 5th gap filler. Halafu next week tutakuwa Kilifi tukilaunch gap filler ya Kilifi. Halafu ya 6 bado tunaangalia penye tutaiweka. Kwa hiyo kama uko na ideas where we should place it in areas including Nairobi where we have gaps for coverage, tuambie, tutakuwa very happy because we are still making a decision on the last gap filler. Halafu tumetengeneza hiyo price light, tukashukisha kutoka 265 mpaka 199. Kwa hivyo mnaona tukisema strategy iko in flight and very serious about execution, na vitu tunasema tunaanza kufanya, we are very serious about it. And here is a testimony to show exactly that. Ukiangalia tulianza kwanza kama October November hivi, tukaanza kuimprove content ya GoTV, tukaleta ESPN kwa GoTV Plus, halafu tukaweka Maisha Magic kwa all bouquets mpaka light ya GoTV. Pia tukaleta on GoTV Value tukaleta Fox, Nat Geo World na Trace Muziki. And then tuka introduce Super with 60 plus channels. Wadau GoTV Super imekam. I love that. Na naipenda sana hiyo lani wadau GoTV Super imekam. Na watu wameipenda sana. Na tunaona kuanzia siku ile tu launch in November ina grow kila siku tumeona growth kwa hiyo GoTV Super, which is a very good success story. And then the GoTV gap fillers, mnaona hapo nafikiria tulikuwa Nyuki, I'm launching the Nyuki site. Halafu hapa tuko Nyahururu, launch Nyahururu site. Na pia GoTV Lite tuka launch together na the stars of Maisha Magic, wakakuja wakatujoin, tulikuwa Nyeri for the main launch. Na pia tuanza kupromote GoTV GoFundi. Watu wengi walikuwa wanafikiria kwamba GoTV ni product very easy, unachukua unanunua unaenda kuinstall, halafu siku kadhaa zikienda unasema haifanyi kazi, na kwa sababu installation haikuwa mzuri kabla hukuweka cable properly, ama ulikuwa na antenna iko ndani ya nyumba na inastahili kuwa nje, ama kama iko nje haiface the right side, the site iko. Now of course most of our customers do not know this, so last year we started a very aggressive campaign to promote the GoFundi, and all installers when those of us that have been with us, we had a conference through Leonard and teams promoting the use of GoFundi. We have changed all the GoTV material and flyers. Zote zinasema tumia GoTV Fundi. Tumia GoFundi for good quality signal and for to ensure that you also get your problems Go TV sorted out. So let us also continue to encourage our customers, and they also it's a paid service, and total cost only 500 shillings. Your purchase service there in a Swahili and very good signal. And of course hapa tulikuwa tuna launch tulikuwa Nyeri, tulikuwa na MC Kiengei, na tulikuwa na watu wa Selina, actors wa Selina pia, na tukafanya a very good activation. Tulikuwa na Koha pia wa Hula Balloon. We will be doing a lot more of this. Tuna activate kwa market, tuna activate vizuri sana na road shows mzuri na very good concerts poa kabisa. So turning around Go TV is already in high gear and we're already beginning to see a good improvement. Now on content marketing, the big shift ni shift kutoka kuongea juu ya box ama brand ya DSTV ama Go TV ama Showmax ama juu ya channel, kwa sababu kiwa huyo msana wa huko na Fed pia, you don't know exactly what is if you haven't watched Kina, you know what's going on. Lakini tukika captions kama vita saa zote, Nana Fred wanakutana juu ya Frida kuchocha, Noma haishi, then we start to create an appetite and some interest and conversation around the content. Halafu hata kwa motorsport tunasema sio, it's not enough kuweka picha ya Max na ya Lewis. It's important to go a step further and sort of create some banter. Tunasema kama new cars, new season, Max aggression is set to topple Lewis. Watu wengine when we do this hawaku agree, lakini ikitokana kuwa hivyo. Many people maybe were not very happy, but we also have a big fan base that is growing for Max. So quite a bit of work in moving towards selling content, activating, interacting with stars on the ground, creating spaces and experiential events penye watu wanaweza interact na content na the actors, ndio tuweze kuuza more, ndio tuweze connect more customers and to indeed get to smashing 1 million and have the road to 5 million very clear. And then to address the fiber and internet challenge, continue to push the TV up and show Max. Na central penye tunaona huko bado tuko na very big hata primary school tulifanya Muthurwa market. We are doing so much more. We are getting ready to do, I think, the NYS wall, and we shall be doing a lot more to also improve the partners and recruit more downline and empower downline for our dealers. And then drive channel productivity tumeongea hiyo, lakini ya mwisho hapa ndio important kabisa ni the event we shall focus on. Nitaonyesha calendar yenye kuna events that we must focus on ndio tuuze kabisa, to reconnect kabisa, ndio we take advantage of the upcoming World Cup. World Cup huingia only 4 years, every 4 years. This year is a World Cup year, kwa hivyo lazima tuuze. We don't sell as much as we need to sell this year, hatuta sell as much again in the 4 years, so we have to sell real hard. na every time elections inakuja every 5 years tunaonanga our sales go up significantly, na pia tunaona reconnections ikipanda kabisa. Kwa hivyo tunawaomba wenye biashara, tafadhali tuweke our working capital ready so that we are able to buy stock and be able to buy boxes to put them in the market, because the demand is there and it will grow as you get closer and closer to elections and closer to the World Cup in November. Halafu tuko na pia WRC, that's the World Rally Championships, tuko na Kenya Open, tuko na GoTV revamp na GoTV super campaigns zenye tunaendelea bado kuendeleza, na of course umesikia nikiongea juu ya gap fillers, na kwenye tumekuwa na gap fillers tumeona sales zimeanza kuimprove, zimeenda juu kabisa. So let's continue doing that. So if you look at the areas zenye ziko na opportunity ile kubwa sana, ukiangalia kama Central iko na hiyo blue buyer 450,000 greenfield homes zenye ziko tayari kuuziwa, lakini bado hatuuzi vizuri. Kwa hivyo tunasema kama uko na biashara unajipanga, tuende tuuze huko Central, tufanye vizuri. Watu wa Central we take advantage of the opportunity kabisa, because the opportunity is really big. Na hapo we have just done a reshuffle ndio tuleta watu wataona vitu differently, people with a different eye. Halafu tutaongeza 2 regional sales managers ndio waweze kuwa support, na tuna increase the area sales representatives waweze kuwa support kabisa ndio tuweze kuuza. Halafu kiangalia Lake Region na Rift na Nairobi bado tuko na opportunity kubwa kabisa kwa hiyo blue. Halafu ukiangalia hiyo grey, ukiangalia kama Nairobi 414,000 customers wako na decoder lakini hawako active. So that's the reason why we are fixing things like we are fixing on GoTV, ndio tuweze kutengeneza hizo vitu watu wame complain, kama ni juu ya price hiyo ya light tumedrop, kama ni content vile tumetia down content on plus value, na the entire of GoTV vile tumeleta super, ndio tuweze kureconnect watu, na tunaona hiyo strategy inafanya kazi kabisa. Na vile nimesema tuli divide the country into 5 parts, na hizo parts ndizo tumeweka hizo colors. The pink is the Lake Region, the Rift Region ndio iko hapo kwa green, we have Nairobi Region and Central Region. So Nairobi Region iko hapo kwa red. Hiyo Central Region ni kubwa sana, ndio sababu tunaongeza hao regional sales managers, tunaleta 2 additional regional sales managers. Wengine watakuwa the upper part kama Wajir, ndio watuweze kutusaidia attack and to sell in the northern region. And as you can see, therefore we shall add up with an additional head count ndio tuweze kuuza kabisa kwa hizo regions. And then ukiangalia kazi ile tunafanya kwa call centers, I know dealers in Ruaka in particular walikuwa wanapigiwa sana, customers wanaenda hapo wanasema wanajaribu kupiga customer service, they are not getting through, lakini tumefanya quite a bit of improvement. Hatujamaliza bado, and we shall continue kufanya hii improvement ndio tuone service levels ziki improve kabisa. Na tumeimprove vile tunaweka watu, kama tuko na big event tunaongeza watu na workforce ndio tukue na watu wengi. Kwa hiyo kama ni a big EPL match or whether we have a big disconnection issue, and then making sure kila customer mwenye alikuwa amepiga na haku get through, we have gone back to speak to them. And then of course continue to drive USSD star 423 na my DSTV na GoTV, ndio watu wale wanapiga just to clear errors, they give way for people with bigger problems zenye hawawezi kujisaidia, that they must have either the dealer assisting ama the service center, ESP ama the call center. And then ya sita tuko karibu kumaliza, na najua mmekaa, you've been waiting for quite a while, is to ensure watu wale mnauzia pia wanaweza continue to enjoy the service so that we are able to work with our customers and they are happy, including the installers. I know you have customers when they rely on you, kama they are not happy they will call you. So some of the things that we also do, we have a customer value management team. Hii team inatengeneza offers, inatengeneza watu wale wako disconnected for a long time ama watu wale hawaja upgrade, wanawapatia hizi offers mzuri, lakini hizo offers ziko very direct kwa huyo mtu tu. Kwa hivyo hatuwezi kuzifanya kama above the line advertising, ni za kuwasaidia tu kurudi tu kwa service, ndio waweze discover what new things that we are doing, what new content, waweze sasa kurudi tena kwa platform. Alafu tuna also angalia vile tunaweza kuimprove the ARPU hiyo ni average revenue per customer ama per user. Ndio sababu hata unaona tukiimprove kama products kama super vile ziko juu kiasi hivi zinaweza kusaidia kuimprove. And this is important because the more customers we have, the higher the higher average revenue per customers we've got, the better the revenue and the better the profitability. So we are also able to invest back into sales and marketing and execution priorities in a very brilliant way. So tuko na hiyo 100% premium, tuna push kwa premium customers. Tuko na step up, unajua tunafanyanga step up every quarter at the end of the financial year kuanzia January mpaka every last quarter kuanzia January mpaka March, last quarter of the financial year, na inaendelea vizuri. Lakini ukiwa installer, tafadhali tunaomba na ama dealers, tafadhali please also help us drive awareness. Hata unaweza kuuzia mtu kimwambia ukilipia hii saa hii utapata something better, because we are in the last month, we are going to the last month of the step up campaign. So let's do everything to be able to recover our customers and grow and accelerate growth. Na tunaendelea pia to train our people, to develop them, and also recruiting female gender, especially lower levels and medium management. Na kama hii unaona, it's a training we've already started to do for our teams, our leadership teams, based here in the headquarters. We call them the headquarters. Those are actually our offices with one of our lead trainers in leadership, and training our people on how to lead ourselves, how to lead teams, how to lead work with partners and work with partners, and basically to promote a strong circle of leadership so that we can be able to support each other and be able to win in the marketplace. Now, of course, ensuring to manage our control, to manage our systems, and ensuring we have the proper rights with the right people, to reduce instances of fraud and to get better value and to manage costs so that we are able to invest more into business. So I want to stop there to angalia kama tuko questions, and I will invite MC Lawton. We take a short break, maybe 5 minutes to answer some questions, and then take another 5 minutes to close.
Asante sana Nancy, thank you very much. And asante kwa kila mtu ambaye ameweza kujiunga nasi kutoka sehemu tofauti za nchi ya Kenya. Asante pia kwa wale ambao wameweza kutuma maswali zao. Nashukuru sana Dominic ambaye anasema yeye anaona kwa staff 423 inafanya kazi. So asante sana Dominic. Radi Sami anasema, can you return the activation package to Compact? That is if you want to sell DSTV at a whooping number. So I think that's just a suggestion right there. NISHIL says, all I'm seeing is how DSTV will achieve their plans, and I'm loving that. Geoffrey anasema, kindly consider on reducing access to as little as 500. Okay. Eric Nzioka analeta swali hapa, anasema, when will GoTV come to Kitui? Pia hayuko peke yake. I have a few others. Makueni Jonathan anasema, Makueni, when is it happening? Rafael anauliza Kitui mnakuja lini? Jacinta pia anauliza Kitui tunawangoja.
Okay, asanteni sana. So let me start with Kitui. Tuko na shida kidogo ya Kitui site kwa sababu penye tulikuwa tumeweka mast yetu tulikuwa karibu sana na mast ya National Intelligence and Security. Kwa hivyo hiyo site ilikuwa the best site. Unfortunately, we cannot continue. So we are looking for another site. So otherwise, we had all the approvals until we got to this point. We had even started to excavate, lakini hiyo site tupatia shida. So together with Leonard, my head of operations support, and his team, led by Alfred in charge of the BTD engineering, tunatafuta mahali ingine, yani tunaweza kupata the highest opportunity.
Okay.
Then on reducing access to 500 shillings, tutaenda broke. Wacha niwaambieni tu kazi tutafunga. So we have to do things that we are also able to sustain as business. Unajua ikikuja kwako ni kuambia labda uuze at a loss zile bidhaa umeweka kwa shop yako, hauta agree kwa sababu unajua vile your cost sits. So hiyo hatuwezi fika hapo saa hii, lakini never say no. You never know what the future looks like. Nimewasikia, lakini wacha nisiwandanganye, hapo tutaenda broke, tutaenda 500 shillings. Halafu na coming back, the most important question and suggestion that let's have Compact back to when we go back and sell at the best price possible. So we may consider, I cannot say yes or no, but we may have to rethink about our acquisition package for for DSTV,
Okay.
because every trend is actually pointing to the fact that since we changed to access, we've not been able to actually sell as much as we had hoped to. So changing to access and dropping the price was not the answer.
Yep.
But also remember, watu wangu lazima tuna balance between, when we go to compact, we also have to get the right price point, kwa sababu tena tukiuza compact at 2,999, biashara itaisha pia. We shall be selling at a loss. By the time you recover, watu wanakuja kuona, EPL, halafu EPL ikitoka wanaenda, so we have to balance the price point. But very good, absolutely great and brilliant suggestion.
All right. I think pia the same applies to people from Taita Taveta, because they're also asking
how what to avoid. How what to avoid. Okay, so I would suggest vile mnafanya is a good thing, but please make sure mnajua Alfred, mnajua Moses, na mnajua pia Leonard in my team. Tafadhali make sure you are sharing your views with them, because we're in the process of identifying an alternative site for us, the last site that we shall be launching.
Okay. So one last one here from Colin Sekelo. He's an installer. He says many of us don't actually have DSTV and GoTV in our homes, meaning we don't have the first-hand experience to show our customers. For example, most installers practically learn how to operate the Explorer functionalities at the client's home. It's his proposal that dealers and agents might be activated on Explorer, because Explorers have Showmax, box office, etc. I must appreciate, or rather, then he adds that he appreciates that the 0711 06 6000 has improved beyond expectation.
Thank you, Asanteni sana, and I'm so happy to hear that about the service levels improvement. We really did pay a lot of attention to that. But coming back to your suggestion that we should look very closely at how we are empowering our installers. So what we have a criteria again that we use to be able to determine who gets what equipment. So it depends on the performance of the dealer, and all installers ideally should also be mapped and working very closely with the dealers, because we give demo decoders to dealers. But I have heard you. What I cannot promise is that we will be shifting to giving installers decoder demos, but what we are suggesting that every installer is working with the dealers that already have demo decoders. And of course, most of our dealers have actually grown from being installers. So we do allow our installers to also become direct sales force agents, and you can sell. And once you start selling, we also empower you with even a site and a tent if you want to be able to do that. But you have to pick your stock from a dealer, because we also want to respect and manage the integrity of our distribution structure.
Thank you so much, Nancy. So we'll be coming back to your questions. So tafadhali, chat box section, tuweze kutumia maswali yako, and then we'll be able to ask him.
Thank you very much, MC Lawton. Asante sana. So let's go back to the last bit, which will not take very long. Hii kalenda yenye iko hapa nitawaomba radhi kwa sababu haionekani vizuri sana, but I will speak to what the big things that we are doing, and then Garama together with Celeste and their teams will circulate the calendar ndio mjue vile the opportunities zimekaa, so that you are ready, you put your money ready, and we are ready to execute and be able to sell as many and reconnect as many customers as possible. So we have 6 buckets. Na bucket ya kwanza, these campaigns zenye tuna run za every quarter, they will always be there. So even in the next financial year, tuko na local content campaign yenye iko acquisition offer starting April. Halafu tuko na NFS, mnajua new football season yenye inaanzanga April, September hapo hivo. So I'm sorry, August, September. So you can see again getting ready for a new football season, and we shall have an acquisition campaign. Halafu pia tutakuwa na festive campaign kama kawaida every November, December, very big festive campaign, and then going into the last mile step up always itakuwa. But on top of that, we have called out very specific events zenye tutakuwa tuki-activate very aggressively. So EPL kama kawaida tumekuwa huko na La Liga. Now we have brought back Europa on DSTV, and also have the Champions League. We continue to hold the rights for the Champions League. We had AFCON, which was absolutely brilliant for us. And now we have the World Cup, and like kama vile nilisema, hii World Cup ya Qatar in November. Tusipouza sahi, tutauza tena hizo in another 4 years. So we have to sell real hard, because the World Cup year is always a spectacular year for sales. And then we have WRC, Formula 1, rugby, and athletics, na Magical Kenya Open. Zenye we are keeping our eye on and activating and supporting you to be able to sell out your stock. And then tukiingia kwenye new products and branches, we just launched the Capture Center branch. We are getting ready to improve the Nakuru branch and give it a facelift. And we shall invite you as our partners to join us. And of course, I've spoken to the gap fillers. We are going to Busia tomorrow. We'll be there on Wednesday to do the actual launch. And then we shall also have Kilifi happening next week. Like I've said, please tell us where else you'd like to go, because we've gone back to the drawing board. Tumerudi to the drawing board kwa sababu Kitui imetupatia shida. So where else can we put it and be able, still maybe within Kitui or maybe within Taita Taveta, the one that has the highest opportunity, hata kama ikiwa in the fringes of Nairobi, where we have the highest opportunity. Kwa hivyo installers, mnaweza kutusaidia mtuambia kwenye tuko na biggest opportunity, na dealers ndio tuweke hii last site, the sixth and final site that we are rolling out during this project. Halafu tuko na internal partner events kama vile tumeanza kufanya hizi strategy classes, lakini tutakuwa pia na the dealer na installers conference this time round. Tutaifanya hybrid, tutakuwa na digital virtual, lakini tutawa invite pia to a hotel that we shall advertise. Watu wale watakuwa wataweza kufika. We shall go back to the original format that we used to use, lakini pia tutakuwa na screen ya digital ndio watu wale hataweza kuingia, and also your employees and your workforce can be able to join wherever they are at virtually. We shall also have a sales conference to reorganize our sales organization and to reposition ourselves for success, as we also continue to do all the other things that we do, including the media showcase. This year, of course, we shall have a special World Cup showcase, which will be both digital, virtual, and again, we shall go out there to drive hype around the World Cup showcase. Then finally, tuko na elections, tumeshaanza kudistribute flyers za sales ndio muweze kuuza more. And please partner with your regional sales manager and your ASR to be able to distribute your flyers, because we are distributing flyers in this campaign area. So we have high footfall, penye tuko na watu wengi wakikutana. And then we have the other calendar events. Of course, we had a good activation. Thank you very much, watu wa Maisha Magic na watu wa marketing, my marketing team and colleagues for the work tumefanya to be able to execute Valentine's. Easter inakuja, so we also take advantage of Easter across the entire country kuuza kabisa, na schools zinafunga, so it's going to be the longest school holiday that we have seen in a long time. So again, we tend to see our numbers improving. Halafu tuko na Ramadan pia, tuko na Olympics and various other specific events, including Christmas. Thank you very much. So tukifunga, I will call on you to make sure that you are helping us promote a good business, that you are helping people understand that we are not just here to make money. We are here to seriously enrich lives, and therefore the business opportunities that we provide are here to make a big difference, and we remain committed to that in a very big way, because we know whatever we do goes a long way in improving connections and bonding za watu wetu. Kama mtu ako stress na switch on TV anasikia vizuri, so happiness. Kama mtu anataka kujua how do I do CBC better, we now have EduTV on personal development. Na pia, because if your stress is reduced, your health improves and your well-being improves. So we are in business for what we call business for good, and I'll touch on that briefly. Lakini pia kwa multi-choice tunasema, nikiingia kwa hii biashara niliambiwa, watu hawasikilizi, we don't listen, or we keep telling you things, you don't do them, or so and so is not doing what we are saying we want to do. So we are promoting the multi-choice way. We are promising that we shall be accountable, so expect you to be accountable. We shall ensure that we bring ourselves to the level that we must all hear each other and listen to each other in the simple way possible, by being vulnerable. Kila kitu chenye tutafanya is promoting multi-choice and its partners, nothing else. If I want to do anything else, I leave the organization and go and run my own business or do that, support that other business. But for as long as we are here, we are promoting the business, and therefore pulling together as a team, collaboration, trusting each other and respecting each other, and ensuring that we are striving for excellence and executing with excellence. Tunafanya biashara kama wenye biashara, and really believing in the business, and also ensuring that we are executing with speed. na kwa hivyo kama vile mnajua kwa DNA ya MultiChoice Kenya especially, kila mtu tunasema we have subscribed to executing with speed, with energy and with passion. Kwa hivyo ukiona vitu zinaenda pole pole huko, unaweza sema hey, we are failing on our DNA and we shall correct it. So we promise you to continue kufanya vitu kwa speed, to apply ourselves with high energy and passion, ku-execute vizuri sana with excellence, ku-respect each other and kuwa na integrity kabisa, and being honest in the way we do things, na pulling together kufanya kazi tukiwa as a team. You've seen us the way we launch our branches, the way we launch our gap fillers, and the way we have also been executing in the trade. We execute as a team and we pull, we even bring in installers, we bring in dealers, and we work together as one big MultiChoice family that is promoting teamwork successfully. Na vile nimesema, we are not just in business to make money, we promote the triple bottom line, which is very focused on the environment and society, and therefore very much a partner of the Sustainable Development Goals, na tunafanya biashara for good, business for good. And therefore we commit to promoting climate actions, and our gap fillers are now shifting to also use the solar. So you'll see in all the gap fillers we have invested in a solar farm, penye tumeweka a lot of panels as solar, so that we can start to be very serious and committed and show our commitment towards climate action, providing decent work and economic growth by also ensuring that we are creating employment opportunities for our own people, but also opportunities for business, for dealers, for mom and pops, and also for installers, and decent work environment. If you look at our offices, a big upgrade has been done, and all the branches will eventually be upgraded to look like the model branches that we have begun to launch in Nyeri, in Rongai, and the latest one that we launched in Capital Center. And then always promoting content that also advocates for good health and well-being, as well as also what we do as a business to promote good health and well-being for our employees, driving quality education and onboarding quality education platforms like Akili Kids, onboarding EduTV, having PBS Kids, Da Vinci Kids, etc., and ensuring that we are actively reducing inequality, so having as many women and men working across the organization, and also encouraging female entrepreneurs as well, and female installers to join the organization, whilst also balancing for the male gender, because we are also aware that we do have a boy-child problem in Kenya, and within the organization we have started to do very deliberate actions due to focus on boy-child as well. And we are a partner for the goals for the United Nations. We give them airtime on our platform to be able to promote the goals, so that we can create a good environment and a good world for all of us, and therefore doing business for good. Asanteni sana, tuungane pamoja. Now you understand why we are doing the things that we are doing, so that we can indeed come from good to great and smash that 1 million as we get to the road on to 5 million. Absolutely. Asante sana.
Good to great. Smashing the 1 million. Congratulations to the whole team. Asante sana, Nancy, for all that you've shared. A lot of feedback is coming. A lot of it are positive, and we love that. But a few questions. Mark Musumba is asking, what's causing the shortages of smart L&B's availability? All right, so there is that. And then you spoke about DSTV via streaming services. And Paul Jumandongo says there's over 10,000 channels in IPTV. If you are aware of it, and it's only 12,000 per year. It shows all the sports and have a lot of entertainment channels. The only difference between DSTV and IPTV is the satellite, and therefore we have to be serious on our satellite services and advise our clients to prefer satellite over app.
Okay, so the world, you cannot fight, you cannot swim upstream. If you swim upstream, you'll get tired at one point.
True.
Ukijaribu kwenda kwa mto na unaenda up, you will get tired.
True.
So at one point, you also have to start shaping and follow the current.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo, we still have to get into our digital business strategy, and that's a big focus for us. However, coming back to the IPTV, that's pirated content, theft. It's stolen content, imeibo. Watu wenye wana collect that, they don't pay back to the content owners. So we are actually doing a huge disservice by promoting pirated content. If you are promoting pirated content, and that's why we have come up with Partners Against Piracy, the Kenya Copyright Board, and now we are getting the ISPs to work with us to fight piracy.
Yeah.
Because that money never finds it back to the
to the
corporate owners. And I'm talking not just international corporate owners. That money will not find itself back even to local content owners and will be destroying a whole industry. But to even make matters worse, some of that IPTV content is also collected from areas where they don't have jurisdiction to sell in this area. So you're actually destroying a whole industry because they're not able to collect the money from this. You can ask the specific people. That money is being paid to pirates, and the pirates have no good agenda. So let's all fight piracy together. Munakumbuka siku zile BAT walikuwa wana fight counterfeit, and even you remember EABL, watu wa breweries pia wakifight counterfeit. Big. If we want to destroy our own country and destroy industries, we promote piracy. So we must fight piracy collectively, seriously.
Absolutely. And actually, the money at the end of the day doesn't go to the person that actually created the content, which has maybe at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
A few really great comments here. Martin Premji says, looking forward to it, a well thought strategy. So that's Heko Kwako. Somebody else, Isaac Mulerio, says, integrate DSTV and Go TV systems so that so after customer has done payment, it can automatically upgrade or downgrade to respective packages rather than having to call customer care or to be assisted. So it takes time and a lot of credit. So it's just a comment up there. But I think majorly, Nancy, a lot of the people, over 600 of you, have nothing but good things to say. So thank you so much for that. And you know what? We're definitely looking forward to answering more of your questions via our regional head. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much. Any parting shot, Nancy?
Yeah, and as you know, our partners, you can always write to me if you feel that we're not doing the right thing. You all have my number. You all have my email address. You all have access to the senior leadership team. The strategy has been developed together with the senior leadership team and the organization that is the people. So, and also input from yourself. So asanteni sana. Thank you very much. So thank you to my leadership team that are present here, Celeste and Diana. Thank you very much. And those of you that are supporting us. So all the feedback that you've given us, we take it very seriously, including that feedback around ensuring that people don't have to call the call center to be able to upgrade. So we will see how to address that.
Definitely.
Thank you, Asanteni sana.
And also, please keep your conversations happening, your comments, your chat. We're still active on this particular page. We'll be able to rather answer your questions at a personal level through our different regional heads. Thank you so much, Nancy.
Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you at the DILA conference.
I can't wait. Many people are actually asking, we want to see you physically.
Yes, we are going to have a physical event this time around for the DILA conference. I assure you that, unless, of course, COVID pandemic and the government restrictions go in a different direction. But as you know, the country has opened up and we're now beginning to have physical events. And that's why we're also doing the gap fillers physically. So we will be very happy to host you in a very good hotel as always and support you and have very candid conversations as we grow our businesses together. Thank you very much. Kwaherini.
Bye-bye. So good to great, smashing 1 million. Thank you so much.
Thank
you. Shoot, 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 go, go, shoot, 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 go, go, shoot, 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 shoot. Give me overdose, oh baby, Samankwe. Alter play sound boy.
Mr. Songs, Wayne with the business. Baby, I don't get another sponsor. Bang, bang, bang. Salman Quaker. Nigerian breed, Asian breed. Everything I see, they make me breathe. She's beautiful, I don't desire. Everybody want to enter. Don't look boys, you want to go. Indian boys, you want to go. London boys, you want to go. When you get to my baby, my dog, so baby, when you get to my dog, so baby, my
This is another story, from my one. Make I tell you waiting happen for a bullet. Body's big party inside my bullet. I went there with my best friend Kule. Kule they there with his girlfriend Shile. Ghetto girls them they like Takasufi. So many pretty girls they inside my mule. I just did one that say which kind party eh? Everything yapa, everything there. Oh shit, I get many girls with them they come from away. Hey, the boys then they like to throw away. Almost go be. We just having fun. We won't carry on. Crazy girls like make this stallion. But my girlfriend they turn me on. That's why I hold on tight. Hold on, yeah. Hold on tight. Hold on, yeah. That's why I hold on tight. Hold on, yeah. Hold on tight. Hold on, yeah.
Do me, you get the way you they do me. You they do me Patigano. This bed do make me feeling so great. I believe in magic. The thing you do me not the matter. I dey feel like make a maintain. Oh, see for the bed do I be father. Mama show my cool me down. Whoa, cool me down. Yeah, cool me down. Whoa, cool me down. You say that the
See that day when we get shy, that day when we get shy. See that day when we get mania, that day when we get mania. Since 1960, yeah. That day when we get shy. Since 1930, no. That day when we get shy. We dey do skeleton. We dey do your body skeleton. We dey do
I got money like it, but you get it. I'm a promoter, but you get it. I'm going to be so decent, but you get it.
DJ Melto.
I got money like it, but you get it. I'm a promoter, but you get it. I'm going to be so decent, but you get it. I'm going to know Shakara, but tell the girl I want this kind of. You don't do me like baby girl, I you this kind of you don't do me like baby girl, money.
Dealing with my stress, dealing with your stress, and you know I'm dealing with my friends, dealing with your friends, and you know it. We're gonna get mad sex, and you know we gotta make it come fresh. We gotta make it come fresh. Make we no throw it, oh, make we no forget. Yeah, make your day. Swing your love my way, baby, don't you dare. Want to fight or you want to stay? And I take all the play.
Do me something to make I go crazy. Say you want and you need. When you call all the beats, oh, make me take on the beat. Kiss your love to the creep. Yeah. Every time you dey tease me, say you better for leave me. Oh, make me not from small thing into big or something. Yeah. Dealing with my stress, dealing with your stress, and you know I'm dealing with my friends, I'm dealing with your friends, and you know it. We're gonna get mad sex, we're gonna get mad sex. You know, we gotta make you come fresh. We gotta make you come fresh. And you know, like I know, that you know, that I know.
I wanna be rich, I wanna be famous, I wanna have lots and lots of money. Soar above the clouds, I wanna be free, like Nelson Mandela. Stand tall like a pyramid, so courageous. No place I'd rather be. Oh na na na, oh na na na. There's no place I'd rather be. Oh na na na. Live and die in Africa. I wanna live and die in Africa. Live and die in Africa. Hey, live and die in Africa. Hey, I wanna freedom. I wanna be remembered. I wanna go down in history. Make my mama proud that I got the berry, the sweeter the juice. Nasichoke nyumbani, mwacha mila mtumwa. Hey, no place I'd rather go. Ooh, no place I'd rather go. I live and die in Africa. Yeah, I live and die in Africa. Ooh, yeah, I live and die in Africa. Yeah, I live and die in Africa.
Problem in all the finish. We can try to enjoy. While I in all the finish. Oh, we can try to enjoy. Sekata kata uru uru no the finish. We can try to enjoy. Problem in the
You're in the mix with DJ Music.
Problem in all the finish. We can try to enjoy. While I in all the finish. Oh, we can try to enjoy. Sekata kata uru uru no the finish. We can try to enjoy. Problem in all the finish. So we can try to enjoy. We could dance like Luala. Luala. We dance like Luala. Luala. Dance like Luala. Luala. Dance like Luala. Luala. I can't love you myself. I just want to live my life, live and pleasure. I look like bad, I know to find your trouble. I don't like a salad, so find my money to double. That's my money to buy love, it make me happy, happy. That's my money to buy love, it sweet my butt, Problem in all the finish. We can try to enjoy. But I like all the finish. Oh, we can try to enjoy. Sekata kata uru no the finish. We can try to enjoy. Problem in all the finish. So we can try to enjoy. We dance like Luala. Luala. Dance like Luala. Luala. Dance like Luala.
recharge my energy. I no get time for no enemy. You respect one to me. Nothing with person never see. I'm nothing with person never see. Forget it, I say bashi. You need to respect it. Take our body, I take that to the person. I'm in the answer, yes sir. Then I'm in the answer, yes sir. Respect